Hello? Hello? Is anybody there? Hello? Water in the ear. Good nighting, evening, morning, everyone. I am here to play Star Trek Online and cough in the microphone. It is September 17th, 2021. We're a few hours until the 18th, because that's just how things always turn out for me when I'm playing. Ooh, we can change that. Ain't much going on. Doink, ba-doink, ba-doink. Wow, they already killed that before it got here. There's a lot of that going around these days. Overkill. Overkill, huh? Let's see, today's endeavors are the Universal, complete a random TFO. Personal, heal health ground, which is always a favorite of mine. Not really. Kinetic damage space and destroy Tholian ships. Okie dokie. After I got off last night and made the chapter marks for YouTube, I decided to go ahead and play a little bit of my Archer character off camera to just, advance him a little bit more. Some of the story missions, which are boring. I'm not saying this is entertaining, but that's more boring to me, in my opinion. Just to get his experience level up. I also spent $7.99 to that charity thing to unlock all that stuff that was for the charity that I cannot remember. Tier 1 and Tier 2 of something, and then some ships or something like that. I figure why not? Kaboom! I love Thumpack Lightning. Thumpack Lightning is very, very frightening. Thumpack Lightning, very, very frightening me. Heal health ground. Yay. There ought to be a law against working that away. Tell them you're taking off this Friday. For the National Working Something Something Whatever. He be do. Heal health ground. How can I keep healing myself? I'm not even... I'm healing my shields, but I'm not healing my shelf. Science officers. So one of these science officers, let's see. Suke? You're science, aren't you? Yeah. Vascular generator. 3. So I can have her do that to me. E. Ba 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 ba. And there's nothing to heal. Okay, so yeah. Right. We'll go over here. Over here. But I figured, like, since it was only $7.99, that the donate thing to the Boys and Girls something or whatever, and you get what is it, like some sort of tier 6 ship or something else. Did it just crash? No. Okay. I don't know why it just decides to do that sometimes. Just stalls out. Dude. Alert. Make sure I'm still recording. Yes. 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 Yeah. Hello there, FTO pair. Hello there. I need somebody to damage me. Come on, damage with the damage. Flanking damage. Flanking damage. Flanking damage. I'm gonna have to take my shields off just to get some damage around here. Around here? Am I gonna have to take off my shields just to get some damage here? My shields? Why are they making fun of me that way? I don't know. Take all action necessary to protect the ship. Whenever I got that donation, or I donated, and unlocked tier 1 and 2, it gave me 2 codes, so I put both of them in. I don't know if the second code was like have unlocked just the first tier ones, or if the second tier ones unlocked all that together. I have no idea. I don't know. You. Need to go find something that could damage me. Make believe I'm everywhere. Hidden in the light. There upon the rainbow is the answer to a never-ending story. Story. Whoa. Show no fear, but you may fade away in your hands. The birth of a new day. Hey, 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 hey. Boink, 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 boink. Dun, 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 dun. Had an interesting dream last night. It was not a nightmare, it was just a weird dream. From what I can remember, is I crashed a vehicle into a bathroom, like a door in a hotel, a balcony door, whatever, um, and it was a bathroom. I could not figure it out. I couldn't figure out what it meant, anything. All I know is like during it, it's like, oh man, I don't want the cops to get involved. So I wiped off my fingerprints, kind of thing. And this is in my dream, right? And I was like, okay, let me get out of here. So then, like, I get on the road, right? And this is again in my dream. And I'm going along, and there's either like an icy patch in the road, or either there's like a water spillage thing. But it's like I go out of control. I go onto like a sidewalk, and then I just slide right into a car, and it's like it cuts the bottom of the car in a way, and the passenger starts yelping, kind of situation. So then I'm like, oh shit, get over there and start to exchange information or whatever. And this is my dream again. Remember, in my dream. And then all of a sudden the people are talking about like what all they're gonna buy, like new stuff or whatever, and whatnot. Vorel support cruiser. Maybe that's from that thing. But it turned into like this weird thing. And of course, that's what dreams usually do, right? They kind of just track off into randomness. But oh god, it was so real. Dear John, dear John, by the time you read these lines, I'll be gone. Life goes on, right or wrong. Seems we've sung love's last song. Oh, John, so long. I'm gonna check the interwebs. Riff tracks. It really whips the llama's ass. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Boom ba doom boom. Boom boom boom. Boom ba doom boom. Bum 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 bum. Also yesterday, while I was my archer character, I saw that I would need a lot of Lobby to get 22nd century type stuff for his little ship. And since I want to stick that character into more of the Enterprise type century, 22nd, I ended up spending a lot of my my Zen on Master Keys to get Lobby. And oh wow, look, I get to withdraw that. Nice. So I got a lot of Master Keys, got the Lobby, and bought some phase cannons for the ship. But what I really think sucks though is the fact that like that little ship is like a remodel or whatever of the Enterprise ship. But why does it have to be so low? Like the rest of them, they get the tier upgrades and stuff, and this one This one's only like a tier 1, and that's it. Until you get a tier 6 that you have to buy for $300 in real life. You know, I'm not going that far to get that, but so I guess it's just gonna have to be the ship that it is now that I have. What I have. Too bad, so sad. See ya, wouldn't wanna be ya. Porn and leg, porn and leg, porn and leg. Feel no shame for what you are. Feel no shame for what you are. Feel no shame for what you are. Porn and leg, porn and leg. That's not how that song goes. But it's how I hear it in my head every time that I hum it. Porn and leg, porn and leg, porn and leg. Oh, shit. I'm not going to go that far into getting that yet. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. 60, 50, 60. And, yeah. Ooh, I get it. I get it. Man, I fucking hate facial hair. It's always growing and growing and growing. Growing and growing and growing and growing. And growing and growing and growing. Let me see if that'll do anything. Now to get it up there barely. Need a whole like 60. 62. Oh, damn it. 60 there. Ew. Still gotta get that though. Motherfucker. Madre de Dios. De Dios de tu madre. Shit. I don't feel safe with the man. I don't feel safe at all. Let's see. 25, 25, 35. That there. And that there. The Tour of Duty. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. 50, 30, 50. We'll click on however damn many it takes to get that. We'll call it an evening for Lelue while we do that right there. I did do that. Okay, so I got refined that. Fleet vouchers 50. Reputation vouchers 20. Thou. Cool, man. Cool. Michael Myers. Michelle Myers. And also, yesterday evening, I thought, you know, I'm tired. Maybe I'll go to sleep. But I didn't. Duh. So I got online looking around. I thought, I'm going to start rewatching some of the Star Trek 2009 versions, even just because, you know, they're just something to watch. Star Trek in general. And I need some Star Trek right now. Some recent Trek. So I was going to rewatch it. But I found that Riff Tracks has a riff of the 2009 Star Trek movie. So I bought it for $3.99, which is just the commentary track, jokes only. And I have the 2009 movie, so I was going to watch it with that and get some laughs. But I fell asleep, and I probably will like fall asleep as well doing this, because I cannot fucking stay awake like I want to. It's starting to get on my nerves. Or it already has gotten on my nerves, I should say. This whole not able to relax thing. Do what I want to do type situation. Have time for things. It's getting on my damn nerves. Because every time I turn around, I'm having to go to damn work every day for from like 2 p.m. to 9, or whatever it is, to 9:30, 10, whatever, around that time period. And you know, I get on here, which I enjoy playing this game. Getting on here streaming it's become fun. You know, even though it is kind of difficult sometimes. You know, you got a time crunch, and I hate time crunching because I have to go to work, and that the damn work is getting in the way. But it's so freaking stressful, like having to deal with that. Like, you know, I go to bed, you know, here, and it's like I don't get enough sleep, so then I gotta wake up and go right back to work again, and it's just, it's annoying as hell. And what's most annoying about it is, like, it's not so much you know, checking people out and doing whatever, but when you have other things that you want to do in the store and stuff, or at work, but you can't get to doing it, it's just so damn frustrating. And that's one of the things that frustrates me, is just not being able to get something done. I started a little project today to get some things accomplished on a certain aisle. There are these things called sky shelves in the company, which are just shelving that is on top of the aisle, designated for overstock, that is placed inside of these boxes that have green on them. And the green boxes, just what the plastic bags come in that we you know, we give out to customers every time we bag their stuff. But once one of those boxes is empty of the bags, we then use the box for putting overstock items in, little tiny overstock items, and then putting them on top of a shelf above the section in which they go. And this is what it's a sky shelf box. Well, ever since I got to the store that I'm working at right now, it's been a real nightmare to have to clean this up, because it's like overflow of all of the seasonal back to school type stuff and things of that nature, you know. And it just, stuff keeps coming in. We can't go out. Well, you can't put it anywhere but in one of those boxes on top of the shelf. So it just builds and builds and stacks up like 5 high and like 10 rows of these things, and it's like just boxes of bullshit. So when I had got there last year, I looked at it, I was like, oh my god, you know, because we had a lot of stuff backed up too, from the previous store that I was at, from, you know, back to school and that kind of stuff, but nothing this major. This was like I was saying, it's 5 boxes, and these boxes are maybe like about 8 or 9 inches tall by about maybe 1.5 feet by 1.5 feet, you know, like it's something like that. Maybe I don't know. I'm not good at putting things into centimeters and stuff, but it's like an average size of someone's, like, you know, a foot by foot by foot kind of thing. And it's got nothing but just like school glue, pens, pencils, just knick-knack, office-y type stuff. And there's like, you know, like I was saying, these boxes can be stacked 5 tall by about 10 of them on the shelf, and that's a lot of bullshit in these boxes. You're supposed to label these boxes, like when the last time they were worked, and some of them are labeled, some of them aren't labeled. So I thought, you know, since we're gonna have inventory, or it's coming back up since it got canceled, it's gonna come back. This stuff has to be like put out. So I opened some of it up today, just, you know, because I wasn't really given any kind of thing like necessarily to do until a certain time. So I thought, well, I'll just open one of these boxes and check it out to see why we still have an abundance of all this junk. One of these boxes had half of the box was stuff that was discontinued, no longer supposed to be in the store, you know, marked down. And so I took it out of there, priced it, I hung it up in our clearancey type section, just to, you know, get it out of the way and where it's supposed to be, so it can actually sell and get gone. And then, and some of it was just an overstock amount or overabundance of just pens, pencils, just junk, you know. And this stuff that keeps coming in, even, and I checked the, like, a little handheld device to see how many the store thinks we have, and it's way less than we actually have. So if it's way less, store doesn't know you have it, store orders it to bring it into the store. But if you tell it, hey, we got so much of this stuff right here, you can stop sending this shit, it'll stop sending, so we won't have it. And that's what needs to happen. We need to, like, there needs to be like a designated day where all these boxes are taken down, all this junk is sorted out to see exactly what is there. And it's like it just comes in and just goes into a box and gets thrown on a shelf, you know. And it's kind of frustrating because I can't get to it to actually clean it up, you know, to fix. So I've started to do a little bit of that myself in the time that I have, like in between customers, which is very rare because as soon as you walk away, you walk right back. And it can be someone saying, like, you see them come in, right? They'll grab a shopping cart. They'll walk about 2 feet, look down like, you know, they're trying to think of what they need to get. You're thinking, okay, I have a few minutes, you know. But as soon as you walk away, they're like, I'm ready to check out. Is there a checker? And you're thinking, okay, what's going on here? And all they were doing is just using it to, like, put a purse in, put a bag in, to walk up to the front counter to say, I just need a candy bar or a Coke or a soda, whatever you want to call it. That's it. It's nothing major. Why bother getting the damn shopping cart? Who cares? You know. Some of them like to lean on them. You know, use them as like a weight thing so that they could just use it as a walker or whatever. But whenever you come in, it just becomes impossible. People just they won't go shopping. They'll just come up to the front and then they're like, oh, let me go get something else. So then it just takes up your time. You're sitting there waiting when you could be doing something else. And of course, yes, that is your job, but it's also like your job to get things accomplished during the day and not just wait on people all day. And one of the things that just baffles my mind is the amount of people that smoke and drink. It's insane. See, I don't smoke. I've never done any drug other than prescription medication. Give it to me by a doctor, like, you know, my blood pressure medicine, cholesterol, that sort of thing. You know, anxiety type stuff too, like, you know, sertraline, whatever. But or Paxil, you know, Xanax at one time, yes, but it's just all prescription by an actual doctor. It's nothing illegal, nothing like over the counter type stuff or nothing like that. But it's just insane. It's like every other person wants a pack of cigarettes, wants 6 packs of cigarettes, wants a carton of cigarettes, and then the other person after that is buying beer, they're buying wine, they're buying this, they're buying... It's just insane. And it's like, just they're wasting their freaking money on this shit all the time. And this stuff can get about like up in the hundreds of dollars. Or like, if I guess you could say, over in England and stuff, it could be like a bunch of like pounds over and over. Like it's insane. And you get people coming in there every single day, and they'll get like a box of 30 cans of beer, or one of those things they call a tall boy, which is a big can, and they'll buy like 6 or 7 of these things. And you're like, oh my gosh, these people are fucking alcoholics. Every day. If you drink every single day and you get buzz wasted drunk off of it, something's wrong there. And I don't get it. It's like, and they'll come in and they'll get their, like, you know, 4 to 5 packs of cigarettes a day, and they'll come in the next day, get the same ones. Then we're out and they're asking, why are you out? I'm thinking, because you smoked all of them. Slow the fuck down. You know, that's a problem right there. That is a habit. And I know we all have our habits of doing things, and that's fine, but damn, that's just way too many. Or the guy that comes in like every other day or so, he gets a carton of the same cigarettes. Like, what in the fuck, man? Chain smoker from hell. It's insane. But it's always a problem because, you know, we're supposed to ID these people every time. But they get upset if you do, and then they're calling corporate about it. And corporate gives them a free $25 gift card for their problem, and you get reprimanded for doing your job. It's just so stupid. But I have to ask, like, okay, they like say, oh, I want a pack of whatever like that. You're like, okay, let me see your ID. They're like, what? Don't I look old enough? It's not about that. It's not about you looking old enough. It's a policy. In some states, it's like a law that we have to card and you have to not have an expired license. That blah, blah, blah. You know, I get to the whole spiel about it. And they just look at me like I'm stupid. Like I just need to let it happen, whatever. It's so insane. It's just so stupid. I hate having to sell tobacco and alcohol products to people. I hate it with every fiber of my being. I want to stop it right now. If there was a way that we could get the damn place in trouble for selling stuff like that, I would be glad to have it happen. Because it just pisses the fuck off on me. I hate that shit. You know, to each their own, doing their own thing, but I'm getting tired of it. I'm getting tired of knowing what people want. I'm getting tired of having to argue with customers about little small shit that doesn't matter. And I can't do anything about it. I can't quit. I can't find another job. I'm stuck. And nothing I can do matters about, like, getting out of it. Unless I break a policy or something like that. I've never quit a job, but going to work every day at Dollar General makes me want to quit beyond quitting. It makes me want to hurt myself, that kind of situation. Like when I'm up there, you know, and I saw a stapler just sitting there. I was talking to like the assistant manager and another key holder one day. I just picked it up, opened up the stapler, and I just threw the stapler into my arm. It didn't hurt. They looked at me like, what happened there? And I was like, it doesn't hurt. I'm completely numb. This job has made me numb. I pulled it out. It bled a little bit. Whatever. Get over it. You know. Stuff like that. I look at a hammer and I asked the person one time, I said, do you think this actually hurts if I hit myself in the head with it? You know? It just makes me think. Now that is one of the rarest. Look, see what happened there? This Voth, he ejected out of it. That is very rare that happens on here. When a Voth jumps into one of the exoskeletal things or whatever, exosuits, and then they jumped out of it whenever it was like about to fail. Very rare. And you hear it go, see? That's awesome. God, do we have enough enemies shooting at me here? What the fuck? Buy a truck. It's going so slow, it's stopped. Okay. Well, it officially happened. Remember, I mentioned on here about this. I don't know. Did I mention it on here about the harvest season, Thanksgiving season thing that said thankful? It's a wire, like metal little thing. The letters are made out of metal, drawn out in a way to where it says thankful. And whenever it opened up, like, or the box was open, thankful was missing or was broken because of the K was missing, but it's still in the box. So it said thankful. And I got this harebrained idea to take the K and flip it around and put it on the L at the very end, so it said thanfuck. THANFUK. And so the manager the next day thought it'd be funny, you know, to take off the N. So it says THAFUK or whatever, the fuck. And we thought, oh, that's awesome, you know. Put that in the office. We'll look at it. We'll laugh every once in a while. It was funny. She damaged it off and took it home. What's one of the cardinal sins at the company? You do not take home damaged merchandise. That's termination. Nobody gives a shit. Everyone that always seems to like join up with the company and stuff, and they see someone taking some damages home, they think it's okay. I know for a damn fact it's not. That's what kind of got me when I worked at Family Dollar. At the time, I did not know that it was against policy to take damages home. And one day, when I was working there, we were going down an aisle, and I found out that some angel food cake mix or whatever was out of date by a whole month. The month was, this was March, or no, wait, no, this was February, and it had been out of date since January, so like a whole month of being out of date, literally like plus 30 days. Oh, we got that in Endeavor. So I was told, you know, damage it off, throw it away. So I went back there, damaged it off. But then I was like, well, this is still good, you know. I mean, we're not going to sell it, so it's in the trash. So why can't I just take it home? So whenever I threw it away in the trash, I just got it right back out and took about like maybe 5-6 boxes home, you know. And next day I'm there, and the manager's like, hey, what happened to those right there? And those boxes. I said, well, I took them home because they were in the trash. She goes, well, don't tell anybody. I was like, don't tell anybody? Why can't we tell any? I mean, why would I tell anybody to begin with? But why can't we tell anybody? It was confusing to me, you know, that we couldn't mention that that I took those home, and I was thinking that's just weird. So I was a member of the Family Dollar just associates, some random associate made a Facebook like group or whatever. And, I got on there and I started asking questions like, why isn't it okay to take home damages? And they said, oh, that's a cardinal sin or whatever like that. You can get terminated for that. And I said, how do you get terminated if you just take something home? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, if it's garbage, it's trash, it's outside, who cares? And I said, I'll tell you what. I said, well, if it's a bad thing to do, then I'll tell you right now. I said, I confess to taking home 6 of these angel food things, and I was not informed that it was a bad thing or whatever like that. So the next thing I know, and this is how social media gets you, right? Next thing I know, it's been a few days later, and it's like the truck has come for that store. I unloaded because in Family Dollar back then, you individually unloaded every single truck by hand. Every box that came off the truck, you moved it yourself after it rolled off the truck, because the guy would set up rollers and it would roll down and go around a little curve thing and into the store. And you would put this onto a U-boat. Well, after I'd done unloaded the whole truck that morning, this guy from Loss Prevention shows up. And I'm thinking, okay, well, he's just here because, you know, they just make rounds every once in a while. District manager shows up. I'm like, huh, okay, well, that's interesting. They're both here. And then the loss prevention guys he's like bullshitting with me, talking to me about, you know, hey, how you doing, blah blah blah, like that. Next thing I know, they're calling me into the office, and they sit me down. They talk to me about taking angel food cake home, or it being a big deal. And the prior day to this, I was off, and I brought every single box back, videoed myself throwing it in the trash inside the store. But I didn't tell them that. I just wanted to see what was happening. Um, and they said that what I had done was a policy violation, taking damages home. And they asked me why I did it, and I said, well, I didn't know at first it was a policy for one thing, and then the other thing, it's like a Robin Hood thing. I mean, it's just trash. You're just taking it home and giving it to somebody else. In this case, it's me. I mean, I took them all home. I didn't deny it or anything like that. And they asked me if I saw that it was wrong, and I was like, I don't see it as wrong. It doesn't make sense to me why it would be wrong. It's just trash. It's thrown away. It's just because it's not outside, you get in trouble for it or whatever. So after this big long thing about it, I had to write like a little confession letter that says that I took this home, whatever, and all this kind of stuff. And then the decision for my staying employed with the company was left up to my manager. The manager, um, I guess, thought she was being pressured by the rest of them. Like the district manager and the regional, or not regional. Damn, why do I keep calling him regional? He wasn't a fucking regional. He was loss prevention. So they kept questioning me and stuff. Or no, they were like talking to the manager and said it's her decision if I remained in the company or if I went to like jail, got a warning, or like prosecuted, kind of whatever kind of thing, right? Well, she opted to terminate my employment. So I was like, all right. So she says, I'm sorry, but you no longer work for Family Dollar. You were the best employee I ever had. And she had tears in her eyes and stuff. I'm thinking, seriously? Like, I'm the best employee, and you're crying over it and stuff. And after that was over, and by the end of that, like, whenever I like got up and told everybody bye kind of thing or whatever like that, the district manager was already on the phone hiring someone else to replace me that day. And but I kept coming up there, like visiting my ex-employees and stuff that I worked with, just bullshitting with them and stuff. And because it whenever you get a first job and you're there for a while, you kind of just feel that's your place. You don't know what else to do. And I went up there several times, asked how everybody was, and the manager had like just not come in one day and just quit or whatever, like a month or so later. And so they had another manager from a different store watching the place, and I had asked her, I said, well, did the other managers think of me differently now? That they think that I'm like a thief or something or whatever? And she was like, yeah, they're kind of disappointed. And I was like, well, fuck them, who cares? But I told her, I said, I seriously did not know that there was a policy. She says, well, I believe you, And the district manager, he was in there that one day too, and he kept asking me like how I was doing. And I said, well, I'm doing pretty good. And he said, I did not think that would be her decision. I thought maybe she's just going to warn you about it. But I was like, well, it doesn't matter now, But what I thought was interesting was after I had been let go, I was told that the manager herself was like just taking things home. Like it was no problem whatsoever. I don't know if it's true or not, but I was just told this. And if that's the case, then because I'd already seen her like taking, heck, there was a blanket that I had brought up there that had like I bought, it was like one of those snuggle type blankets, like you don't zip it up though. This was a cheap version, so you snapped it. The plastic snaps, they all broke. And so I brought it up there, and then I was told the manager took that home after she damaged it off and gave it to her dog. I'm like, how's that any different from me taking whatever home and stuff like that, But whatever, rank gives you privileges. So I know firsthand what taking damages or out of date stuff home, even though I could have fought at the time, because they made me pay restitution for the boxes that I took home, but that I did bring back, but they don't know that. So they made me pay restitution, which is paying the full amount for the items that I quote unquote stole out of the trash that were no longer part of the store. It was like $22. Yeah, no, it's crazy. These things were like maybe $3 a piece or something. It was five, so that's like 15, 16, $17 plus tax. But but I could have got them for trying to sell me something that was out of date, because it's, you're not supposed to do that. It's like illegal sometimes somewhere, depending on where you are. But I didn't, you know. But I told them the last day that I was there. I said, at the rate that this company's going, it's going to be bankrupt within a year or two. And I said, and the way this store is going, I said, this store is going to be shut down within the year if it continues the way it is. And then that's when I just left out of there, that day. And sure enough, I wasn't wrong. Within that year, they closed up shop where that store was at, and said that there were just too many businesses fighting over the same people, like too many pieces of the pie, or as it were. And that they were just going to cut their losses and shut it down. So I went up there and stayed and like just watched it as it died. And then within the next year, the whole company went bankrupt and was bought up by Dollar Tree. And I said, yeah, you see what happens? But I think most of those was like some more bad decisions made on the part of a few people. Because they were on Undercover Boss, And that guy on there was not really a boss. He was just somebody that they hired that was in the higher up rank. But the actual boss of the company was Howard Levine. And he was not like, he was about to go with no camera and learn and shit and whatnot. He didn't care. The CEOs never care. They put a face on saying they do care, but they don't. Whatever makes them look better and makes the investors want more from the company. But that gets me back to I'm working at Dollar General and watching like his associates taking damages home and stuff, and I'll tell them my story about that, and it will not faze them. They'll say, "Oh well, haha, tough luck or whatever." I'm thinking, yeah, you just wait until it happens to you. Go ahead and just laugh about it now, but. But it's just amazing, like, it's some of the stuff that people will try to take home. I've like seen it after I had left out of the previous company there. I would see like the manager's vehicle, not my manager, but a manager later on that like came to that place, back their whole vehicle up to the front door, and be told that that's what she does every night she works, and she just takes piles and piles of stuff out. And I'm like, wow. Even the last day that store was open, and when I was in there, I kept finding all these items that, because they marked everything like 10 cents. Anything in the whole store was just 10 cents just to get rid of the stock in the store. There were empty packages of all sorts of shit just on shelves that were empty already. Like, people had stolen these items, having not even paid 10 cents for them. It was so crazy. And that to me is that's like the greed part of humanity. It will always be there. Humanity is like a cancer. It just rots everything from within. what it's doing to the world. It wasn't meant to be that way. But greed, power, corruption can turn anything rotten. The need to want everything and not to be happy with what you have. I tell you right now, I have no need to have anything. I've got what I need. What I have with me is it. I really don't. I have wants, but nothing that I need. I think we've gotten too comfortable with everything. We need to break up that comfort. Maybe we should have a solar flare that just fries all electronic stuff or whatever. Throws us back into the Stone Age or whatever. And you're thinking, oh, all those people with, you know, stuff that's keeping them alive with, you know, breathing machines or whatever, you know, pacemakers and stuff, and vaccines, you know, that kind of thing. Well, maybe that's what's wrong. You know, too many people, too much saving. There used to be like a you know, survival of the fittest, and now it's like you're keeping the people who aren't as fit alive longer, and it's making the rest of the everything like suffer. Like me, for instance, I have undiagnosed like heart problem. I know for sure that I do. I've yet to go to any kind of cardiologist for it or whatever like that. But I would be one of those people that would say, well, I'm part of the problem, so get rid of me. You know, I'm one of the ones that everyone is trying to keep alive through like medication. You know, if I stopped taking my blood pressure medicine, I could have a heart attack, die, whatever. You know, which I only have like 6 days left of it. But it's the longevity of keeping people alive too long, or too much care for people versus what we used to have back in the day. You know, back in the before modern medicine days, that were keeping people from, you know, I know it's bad that, you know, kids get cancer, adults get cancer. My own father had cancer and he died from that. But there's just too, you know, the population being too dense and damaging off parts of the world just to accommodate the population is part of the problem. And it's almost like, you know, the pandemic, the problem, the cause of it was, you know, created to lower the population of the entire country or world, whatever you want to say. And, you know, like faster numbers rather than just regular, like, you know, death toll or whatever. So I think it was like put together that way, like, you know, an idea to rid the world of so many, because they had like an estimation before of, you know, like so many years, if this was not changed, then there would be no turning back type scenarios. And we've kind of reached that climax of no turning back, to where no matter what, it's going to be like downhill from here. And you know, like, because you see like the numbers going up, like for all this stuff that's happening, global warming, ice caps melting, uh, erratic weather patterns and stuff that we are causing. humanity. So we think of ourselves as the master race of life form on the planet, like the top tier, intelligence-wise and all this kind of stuff, technologically, whatever. So if we think of ourselves that way, shouldn't we come together and decide that it's time to actually, like, if we're gonna be the ones to say, hey, we're in charge. Well, let's do something to make it better instead of destroying everything and fighting everyone and everything like that. You know, get over yourself type situations. But we won't, because nobody ever likes to admit when they're wrong, and that can be dangerous for a lot of people. God, I just need a little bit more. Give me something big. No, give me something big. There we go. Because, you know, if we think of ourselves as the ones who are in charge, shouldn't the responsibility of taking care of the lower life forms falls to us? To keep them alive, to let them flourish and become what they're supposed to be, like, you know, an actual, you know, like, let it grow and stuff. But no, we're out there, like, being greedy and, like, killing the animals and killing the rainforest and killing this, killing that, saying we own this, we own that. We don't own shit. The world owns us. The world will dictate to us when it's time for us to go. And that is very close. Naturally very close. I mean, just look at, like, what happened whenever this whole thing first started, right? People having to stay indoors, lockdowns, quarantines, that sort of stuff. And the world was started to heal. You know, the canals over in Venice, Italy, cleared out to where you can actually see the bottom and see the fish in, because we weren't there messing around with it. Wildlife was able to flourish more. Areas that the pollution was really great at, you know, were diminishing. Like the levels were coming down. Like everything was healing, because we weren't out there, like, getting in the middle of it and messing around with the world. You took.
Arcanoloth says, can't sleep. Hooray Twitch.
Oh, hello. Oh, you can't sleep? I'm sorry. So you thought, let's watch that boring ass player play more Star Trek Online. Oh, you don't, you General Eknar. But yeah, you just, like, you take the human factor out of the Earth, and the Earth will probably, like, live a whole lot longer. It's like we just decimate anything we come across. Killer of worlds. That's who we are. Why can't you sleep? Toss turn, toss turn.
Arcanoloth says, yeah, Twitch is a way to chat when it's too late to be voice chatting here.
Aha. That's right. That's why I give the channel voice.
ABDA1RAHIM says, what uniforms are you using?
These are the Enterprise ones from the show Enterprise. I just have them in a green tint to be more of like a onesie suit, since that's kind of what, you know, I expect from SG-1 to have. I mean, you can kind of see it, like there on Teal'c's arm. I want to put the patches on it, because I know you can put patches on the sleeves as stuff or whatever on here. I haven't gotten around to doing that yet. But I wanted to put like a ball cap on top of O'Neill, but you can't. Only if you're not in uniform or whatever. It sucks. I even got him one, I think. The Taylor unlock. No, I had mentioned earlier when no one was watching that I donated to that boy and girl whatever thing that's going on to donate like the $7.99.
Arcanoloth says, you asked why I can't sleep, it's a long story.
Dun, dun,
Not
dun,
sure
dun,
I
dun.
wanna bring down the stream.
Oh, if it's whatever you want to do, man. I'm here to entertain, and if you want to, you can. I mean, it's up to you. You know, if you want to talk about anything, here I am to listen and perhaps give some advice, but I don't know if it'd be good advice. If it's about relationships, I couldn't tell you that because I've never been in one. But I can listen, that's for sure. If it helps you with what you're going through to like air your grievances with things. Promise I won't tell anybody if you're gonna kill anyone.
ABDA1RAHIM says, if you got the donation package, can you show us that 32C shield?
32nd century shield? Well, if I had a well, what's the ship for that? Just any kind of ship or whatever. Did that capture? Okay, let me see. 'Cause I have everything on my main character. I don't know. Can I have it on here too? What would that be at promotions? Elite. Foundry. That's the tier 1 right there. Practical promotion tier 2. Fanatical charity promotion. Only acquire that once.
Cows
Donation.
Kushland says, 07.
07 to you too, sir. Or ma'am. Yeah. Which one was it? Was it on the tier 1 they got that? I can only acquire that once in there. If it's purchased. So right there. Yeah, the 32 shield overlay. Available. Cannot purchase the tier 1 because your inventory is full. Damn it. Damn inventory shit. Hot shot.
ABDA1RAHIM says, yes.
Let's see. Damn, it's locked as well. I tell you what, let me, how can I... Can I bring down... Do I have the... I don't have the hollow guy either, do I?
ABDA1RAHIM says, somehow I got the tier 2, but not the tier 1.
Whenever you,
ABDA1RAHIM says, got a ticket in.
Did you use...
Arcanoloth says, alright. Had to move away from some family I'd grown close to over the last 5 years. I'm unemployed ATM, and anxiety has interfered with my ability to work, so I'm here reading books about this stuff. Never thought of myself as anxious until this happened.
Anxiety can really...
Arcanoloth says, in retrospect, it's like, yeah, I'm the type.
Anxiety could really affect you like more than you ever could know. And did you use both of your codes, because the codes are separate? Like on the page when after you've ordered, it'll show you like tier 1 and tier 2. You have to click on both of them and use both codes, I think, for that. But yeah, unemployed, anxious. Yeah, anxiety. It hit me at a young age as well, like super physical anxiety, and it can really overwhelm you and cause you not to get out into the world. And a lot of things.
ABDA1RAHIM says, thank you so much. I think I only did it once.
Yeah, if you could go back to your order page or whatever, it would say like tier 1 and tier 2, and there's like the 2 codes. But anxiety can it can keep you like locked away from your family. It can like grab hold of you, and you'll not even understand why, because and no one, unless they've had an anxiety issue, would understand what you're going through when you have anxiety.
All 3 silos are under
And
Allied control.
unless they've
Excellent work.
actually had it happen to them.
Arcanoloth says, crashing with parents, and I can see they have it, but they are retired, so if they don't want to interact with people, their choice. I'm still in my 30s, so I don't want to resign myself to this forever.
Right. Well, you can do like me and take medication and see if that helps you. I mean, I've been put on Xanax before, Paxil. Right now it's sertraline / Zoloft to deal with some of the anxiety and stuff. Do you know what brought on your anxiety? And you know, did like when you got unemployed, did it hit you and it caused something else, or is it something that may have happened in your family that caused the anxiety that, or could you like, is it mostly an anxiety situation that caused all of it? Like, do you have like just, is it like actual severe anxiety that has hit you, or is it like a contributing factor somewhere else? Like a breakup in a relationship type situation. I mean, that could trigger some things. A death or something like that in the family could, or someone close to you can trigger an anxiety feel. And sometimes if you have triggered anxiety, you have anxiety
Arcanoloth
that's
says,
unlocked.
I think being long-term unemployed was part of a longer trend, and this recent event with having to move away from the kids I was caring for triggered thoughts about where my life is going.
Yeah. That there. So you're doing the whole like the dwelling part of the anxiety, like wondering about your future and stuff, and if you actually have a future, you know, and it could cause a lot of depression. Depression could be a lot of factor in that too. Like if you're unemployed for a said long amount of time and you're thinking, well, what can I do? How can I get a
Arcanoloth
job?
says, oh yeah, ruminating. I've been doing this since I was 5.
Ah, I have a bad problem with dwelling on things as well, and it's not easy. I mean, even me, like since I do have a job, it's mostly the reason why I have a public
Arcanoloth
job
says,
is
the
that.
thing is, I've been finding ways to avoid or distract for most of my life up until now, and the road has run out.
Yeah, so you're at the very end of figuring out what comes next, and it could be scary, which could trigger a lot of anxiety and the unknown about the future. But you seem rather intelligent. I mean, what kind of job did you have before you were unemployed?
Back to your stations. The
If you don't
pods have
mind me
returned.
asking.
Arcanoloth says, I'm exercising more, cutting out caffeine for a start.
Yeah, caffeine can be a real big trigger for a lot of anxiety and that kind of feeling overwhelmed with things. It can also help you sleep better.
Arcanoloth says, any manual labor or service job you can think of, I did it in my teens and 20s, then a stint in the army to get out of town.
Okay. So you're in your 30s now and don't have a job, but you know, you could stream on Twitch. like
Arcanoloth
builds and
says,
stuff.
trying to get seen by the VA, playing phone tag.
They are having the world, yeah. Trying to get anything. I knew this one guy this time, like a few years back. His customer at the store that I worked at. He was trying to get a dentist through the VA to
Arcanoloth
actually look at
says,
a tooth.
I know there are jobs out there, just need to get a handle on things.
Like run down the road as fast as you can, and just inhale the world. Um, so other than a fear of the like a I guess an impending doom type feel, like, you know, unaware of what you're going to do next type situation. And if you had an actual job, do you think your anxiety level and that fear would be gone right now, or is it the fact that um, not having the job, is it making you feel a lot safer, but still at the same time the unknown part scares you, like, you know, what am I going to do next type situation? Because I run into that like feeling a lot too, about if I didn't work at where I'm at, what would I do? You know, and then bills and all this kind of stuff just hammering away at, like, you know, having to pay this, that, living, whatever. It's it overwhelms me to this day thinking about it. But since you're real knowledgeable about Star Trek Online and stuff,
Arcanoloth says,
you know,
oh yeah, thoughts range from did I fail those kids, will I fail to find something to occupy my mind and end up back in a factory for the rest of my life, or am I just stuck in this room forever?
that sucks. I've never worked in a factory before, but I can imagine how boring and unfulfilling that
Arcanoloth
can probably
says,
be.
the kids found my number and they call up asking where I went, and that's the hardest part. ATM.
Hmm. So are they like your kids from a marriage, or if you don't mind me asking? I mean, you don't have to answer. It's just something that had happened that caused you to have to separate from life.
Arcanoloth says, I've done factory jobs where you stand in one spot for 12 hours and push a button, don't want to do that for the rest of my life. Arcanoloth says, I'll say we are related but they are not my kids.
Okay. So if you don't want to do factory job stuff anymore, which I don't blame you on that, you know, you like I was saying, you have a very good knowledge of this game and how to do things and stuff. So do you could have like a you can do a Twitch, get some followers, subscribers. You know, not so much entertain, but I'm not here to entertain really. I'm just here, but um, to show how to build and stuff, and you know, that can be that if you're into that kind of thing. Um, other than that, you know, like the small things, you know, a trade of some sort. I mean, if you're good with computers, a computer repair thing, you know, because you seem knowledgeable about a lot of the video editing. Maybe you can have a business where you know, create video stuff for people or convert it over or whatever, you know. But then again, you have that anxiety feel.
Arcanoloth says, that is a good suggestion, just for the social interaction to be on Twitch, not so much the remuneration.
Yeah, that's one of the things that, you know, for like the reason I have a retail job, it's to socialize a little bit with people, so that, because I find that the more that you're, you know, you're kind of like in, like, say, just a room, not really being sociable with people, the anxiety can creep up on you more. And to me, doing this is more of an outlet too, to just
Arcanoloth
talk to
says,
people.
"'Cause I'm thinking, I hate being alone right now, and I used to read or watch films or play games, but none of that holds my attention right now."
Yeah.
Arctic Knight says, "Trade, refrigeration is a good trade, and you could after have your own business."
Hello, Arctic Knight. What's up? Yeah, I can understand. Okay, it does sound like maybe you're going through like a huge depression. Like, a no, if nothing interests you, anymore, like stuff that used to interest you. That's like one fell swoop sign of it right there. And that's one sign that I have like every single damn day. Cause, like if something's not occupying my time, like someone can be talking to me at work about something, or these little tiny problems that people have that they're trying to be sympathetic toward, and I'm like, well, and I'm thinking about like, what do I do, but my mind will drift away when I'm at work, and I just feel like so like I'm a lump of coal, and unable to get warm, kind of thing. But it does sound like depression is creeping up on you, so you need some serotonin.
Arcanoloth says, "Yet, nothing has really interested me for a while, and it's become I have to go through this ritual of checking Reddit and chatting on Discord because the alternative is staring at the wall."
Yep, I completely understand that. I mean, you can even like it'll get to where you people that you're close to, say, like you said, you're staying with your parents. Well, I live with my mom and her husband, and I do, like, I pay bills, that kind of thing, or whatever needs paid and stuff. So it's like I'm renting my own room at the house that I grew up in, and it can get to where you don't even talk to people who are close to you, and you just kind of just or blah, like whatever they tell you, you don't really take it in, and it's like you don't care about what's going on ever, like, at all throughout the whole world, and you want the world to burn. I mean, I want the world to burn. I don't know about you, but it's just a personal preference of mine. It's just certain times that I want it to. I mean, I've even seen it like at work. Some of my coworkers, one of them today told me that working at
Arcanoloth says, "Parents let the house get behind a bit on maintenance, so I've been cleaning and organizing and doing yard work, but that's to the point that I've done everything that needs doing."
huh. Well, are you how well off are you on yard work? I mean, maybe you can like open up a little side business of that.
Arcanoloth says, "I have seen that, where some people are miserable so they want the world to burn." Explains some of what I hear in the news.
Yep. Those are the people that get targeted by groups and stuff to actually go out and do stuff. But I don't have to worry about that for me, because I don't want to get out there and do nothing. um, I know someone that lives around where I'm at that actually gets paid to not so much tear down houses, but clean them out. Like if someone passes away and they have all this just junk or whatever, they'll take that junk and they'll take it to like a place for like hauling it off to getting paid or whatever, that sort of thing. Of course, this guy lives like a hippie, and it's pretty awesome. He's got his own little scamp trailer. Um, Loves Volkswagens. I have a Volkswagen. I mean, you can be a bus driver if you have a CDL license. If you can tolerate the yelling of a lot of kids, screaming. But then you have the whole COVID thing, which really puts a damper on every damn thing out there. But
Arcanoloth
yeah,
says, "Yet, there have been times in the past that people said some things I disagree with in my presence, clearly expecting that I would agree with them, and it made me think, what did I do to make them think I would agree with what they said? Is it because I'm a white dude that dresses like he's from the South? 'Cause I stealth mode pretty well here."
Yeah, I can completely understand that. Yeah, it's like I can't voice my opinion at work or whatever in front of a lot of people because they're like to have a different opinion about certain things just sets them off. But whenever you listen to like their opinion on something or whatever, if you have to agree with them, you know, they can't it's like a one-way conversation with a brick wall or whatever. It's just insane. Let's see.
Arcanoloth says, yeah, I'd be happy with just not hearing canon stuff or whatever, just let it rest.
They have their own little conspiracies. It's hilarious. My mom is so involved in a lot of that too.
Arcanoloth says, yeah, I hear ye. They don't want tolerance, they want total agreement. Arcanoloth says, anyway.
Yeah. It's like I have like certain religious views every once in a while that's not really religious, but more like a, you know, if questioning religion, and people jump all over my ass if I voice my opinion on things. Like, you know, I'll talk about dinosaurs, and this one girl's like, they never existed. They're not in the Bible. The Earth's only 6,000 years old, or whatever. I'm like, okay. So then I try to, like, you know, tell my side of what I believe, or whatever, like that. And they don't want to hear it. They want to burn me to the stake or something.
Arcanoloth says, I could do like my dad and consume news all day and froth at the mouth, but I'm also like, how is this helping my situation?
Right? Could be like my mom. She keeps believing that there's like med beds that are going to be opened up to the public at the end of the year and to cure everything or whatever and be free. She also believed that Trump was going to be back in office several times this year, and it never has happened, has it? And I keep looking at her like, now, where did you hear this information from? What if it doesn't happen? How are you going to feel about that? You know, and she's always got like a something come back with it because you know this Charlie Ward guy said this. You know, like just all of a sudden thinking, okay, when are you going to start seeing Elvis? You know, and it doesn't help either. Like, you know, unless there's like a group or whatever to actually like voice things or something like that, or a cult to join. I don't, you know, I don't know. But I have these thoughts every single day, like why am I even bothering with the world, you know, kind of situations, or that depression feeling. And like I was saying earlier, I have a coworker that
Arcanoloth says,
talks about
that HBO doc, Into the Storm was interesting. Looked at the 8CHAN staff a few years before COVID until start of this year.
Into the Storm? Is that like a recent thing? Looked at the 8chan staff. You don't really hear much about the flu though since COVID came out. Of course, is it really the flu season? You know. Damn, 145.
Arcanoloth says, yeah, it began as a look at 8CHAN, but then the story developed into why are these guys at the center of canon.
That QAnon thing is just so out of
Arcanoloth says, oh yes, certain variants of the flu have been eradicated by lockdowns.
It's like that's all it took. One thing I did notice, like whenever the lockdown started, you heard about less like shootings, you know. But then as soon as the lockdowns ended, well, they right back at it again. They're taking over Seattle that time. And then complaining about,
Arcanoloth
you know.
says, yup, people staying inside and wearing masks is just a good idea for flu season in general.
Yeah. And Howie Mandel was prepared for all this. Yeah, that probably didn't help either, the whole like having to stay indoors thing. Me, since I had the retail
Arcanoloth
job.
says, haha, yeah. Black people Twitter said I'm vaccinated but I'm staying inside a little longer because y'all wild RN.
Y'all wild. I can't handle y'all. That's all it takes. It's a bunch of crazy people getting out in the world. Tearing it up.
Arcanoloth says, as an introvert, it was fascinating watching my extrovert in-laws melt down in real time.
Do you find joy, like whenever you when someone thinks something's going to happen, like you know, on the news they get so excited over it, and then nothing ever happens, and then you see like the disappointment in their face, but then you kind of grin like, yeah, you know, shit happens. Like for instance, in a scenario, the Y2K thing, everyone running around grabbing groceries and water and thinking this is it, the world's ending. I was sitting back and just kind of laughing. You know, I was like, hey, I want to see this, you know. I want to see all these people just being chaotic and crazy and stuff, just to watch them get disappointed when nothing happens. And nothing happened. I don't know. I'm different, but or when I see a customer not get their way, and the Karens and whatnot, you know, and that's my little victory, you know. But they get their way anyway.
Arcanoloth says, I think that was a contributing factor to my situation. Certain people almost broke up because they couldn't work 80 hours and avoid each other anymore, while I watched the kids, but then they made up and suddenly I was the reminder of a bad memory. Arcanoloth says, but I could be wrong.
Oh man. So there was no discussion about all of it or anything like that. Just they wanted you out of their life, or away from the kids and all that. Ah, damn, it's a drone.
Arcanoloth says, just sucks telling the youngest I can't make it to tickle him anytime soon, but they are in school now so they will grow up and move on.
Right.
Arcanoloth says, oh, there were discussions.
Were there probably a bunch of words too, huh? That sucks, man. I've never been in a relationship ever. You've heard of that movie 40-Year-Old Virgin, right? I'm the 42-year-old virgin. Never been with a woman, never.
Arcanoloth says, the discussions were we want you to stay and we would like you to find a job and pay rent. Arcanoloth says, then I had a panic attack and that became you need to pack your stuff.
Oh my god. People. That sucks. I mean, whatever brings on the, you know, like the lack of, okay, say having a job
Arcanoloth
and
says,
unaware.
so all that stuff about me being family was BS.
So it kind of sounds like they just wanted you there for the money, you know, not really a relationship then. I have a coworker I did have a coworker that was questioning himself too about all that. 'Cause it turned, like every time it turned around, like his girlfriend and stuff was just like asking money, 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 you know, and he's like, well, what about me, kind of situation. So you need to go find a job. It's like, well, what about you, you know? I don't know, have you ever thought about a career in retail? Dollar General's hiring and firing.
Arcanoloth says, got a big speech about how he has to deal with people who don't want to work all day and he was in a very important meeting when his wife called him to deal with me.
Ooh.
Arcanoloth says, so at the end of the day, that's on me for trusting these people.
It's very hard to trust people. I mean, I've like just been me like observing what people go through and do on a daily basis to each other. It's just I don't you know, it's very hard to trust.
Arcanoloth says, I knew going in, no gold watch and handshake at the end, but I did this anyway.
So you think maybe just You were going to be used more so than anything? We'll recognize that one. Come on, y'all shut that down. Hurry up.
Arcanoloth says, I knew they were getting a good deal out of this, and I was wondering how it would end.
Did you have a job whenever you were there with them? Like when you first were there? And then, like, you know, you didn't, and then that's when everything, like, some completely just 180'd, and they just stopped
Arcanoloth
caring
says,
about you.
so the moral is, some people don't respect you unless you have leverage on them.
That sucks.
Arcanoloth says, I was unemployed when this person asked me to move in and watch their kids.
Ah. And you did that, but they decided that they wanted more out of you and couldn't provide, so you had anxiety, and that makes it even worse. I'd say mixed with depression, you know. And that's the thing we can't get rid of. I wish there was like a way to just turn it off.
Arcanoloth
That's
says,
crazy.
they knew the deal, and I was concerned about being unemployed for an extended period of time, and they said don't worry about that, we will take care of you.
Until they didn't. Yeah. Until they decided they wanted more out of you. So they were getting a free babysitter, and you grown attached to other kids and stuff, and in a way of life, and then they just say fuck you and bye, right?
Arcanoloth says, so the parents aren't exactly thrilled at how this played out, and nobody's talking to each other ATM. Arcanoloth says, yup, exactly.
That sucks. So they don't want you to have anything to do with their kids, like, at all, like not even be able to talk to them, and you can't tell the kids why. Did I already do that?
Arcanoloth says, I held those kids for nap time every day for 6 years, and I gotta live with that in my head, knowing they think I bailed.
Man, that's a long time to be like, you know, around people who probably aren't actually family, but they become a family, you know, a type of family, and for them not to know, it'll probably like put like a little like distrust in them, that thinking you
Arcanoloth
just left
says,
out, right?
I don't want to bother the kids with my adult problems. I can visit once in a blue moon if I drive my mom up. Dad doesn't speak to them anymore.
Ah. So out of all this, what you've got left is unemployment and anxiety, mixed with probably some depression. Oh my God, right? Which reminds me, I got to get my prescriptions refilled soon.
Arcanoloth says, really hard not to feel like I'm the problem in all this, but I also know that's not 100% true.
Nah.
Arcanoloth says, yeah, you are probs accurate.
Well, like I was saying, I mean, even though you got some anxiety issues and you're introvert, I'm an introvert. I mean, like, I don't really care to get out there and mingle with people in the world, but still, we all need that social connection in order to ground us and make us feel important. And depending on, you know, what you'd need out of a field of worthlessness, you know, like I was saying, Dollar General's hiring, and if you may have one near you, you can always apply and work there until you get frustrated and quit. like a lot of them do. Me, I've stuck around with them for 10 years, and it's only because there's nothing else out there. And it's,
Arcanoloth says,
there's,
I don't mind people. I used to dislike them in my teens because I was arrogant, but these days I realize a life alone has little value.
yeah, it's like like say having whatever you want and nothing to spend it with kind of situation. See me, I've got like me, myself, and I situation where I can probably find a way to entertain myself up to a certain point, but getting like a job where people come in, sometimes that certain people can come in and make the day great, and some can come in and make the day worse than ever, you know. And there are a lot of people that come in that I like look forward to talking to more so than actually being like a worker and then being the customer. And it's almost like a session, you know, like a little talk show or
Arcanoloth
something.
says, yeah, exactly, like I do these exercises where you are supposed to imagine what you would do with $1 billion, and I'm like, I dunno, give it away? I can't imagine it making me happy personally.
Yeah, it can be like Brewster's Millions or whatever, where you have a day to spend it, you know, and you can pretend to be Richard Pryor and um, there's nothing like money to me. Yes, it is a necessity that we all kind of have to have or whatever to live, whatever. Can't have utopia, can't have Star Trek in real life, you know. But other than that, it's more of a problem, you know. Like bring back a bartering system or something. I don't know, but I mean, do you have any kind of like computer repair type knowledge since you're very knowledgeable about the video editing and that sort of thing? Maybe you could apply for something like at a local news station or something like interning there and then finally get an actual job with them and editing news stuff. And I mean, because you definitely have a lot of knowledge about a lot of stuff, I can tell. I mean, which is why I suggest the Twitch thing about.
Arcanoloth says, there is a book called The Simple Path to Wealth, and it has a part that says capitalism was a mistake and we would all be happier as hunter-gatherers, but you cannot get to there from here. So here are some tips about money, and the book is investing advice.
Invest, invest, invest. And it's so true, like about a lot of stuff.
Arcanoloth says, yeah, I did network integration for the army. Bit rusty, but I have the training for IT work.
Well, yeah, you can do that, like a local type repair type thing, where you don't necessarily have like an office or anything like that, but just go to other people's residents and help them out. I mean, heck, before I went off for gallbladder surgery, I had this 90-something-year-old man that I was teaching how to use Windows, and he was paying me like $50 an hour. You know, and I wasn't expecting $50 an hour either. I was like saying, well, whatever you think is fair, you know. And he said, $50. I'm like, okay. But ever since I got that surgery, though, I guess he eventually had to pass away. But now, I mean, that's been years. But I'd always find the sheer joy in like problem solving for computer stuff or whatever like that. And then finally, whenever you get the whole you know. The whole thing is actually working and you did it and stuff, and then to see the look on people's faces whenever you had everything fixed and working and stuff, and that was just it's great experience. And that's why I was always bad about undercharging for all that, but people kept coming back every time they'd have a problem with something, and it made me feel as though I wasn't doing my job correctly if they kept coming back.
Arcanoloth says, that's interesting, yet I don't know how much work there is here. Used to live here, but I've been away for the last few years, so it's grown a bit.
Hmm. Well, I mean, there could be like actual places that need someone in IT. I mean, if that's like that kind of thing, or just kind of you know put up a thing about we'll help you learn how to browse the internet or something.
Arcanoloth says, I've heard contractors talk about how Pareto efficiency applies to clients, like 80% of the money is from 20% of the clients.
You can get into a pyramid scheme if you want. I mean, you can make money off of that. That plexus stuff that goes around, the fat slimming drink or whatever, diabetes and stuff. Um, my mom's involved in that as well. As I said, it sounds like a pyramid scheme. No, it's not a pyramid scheme. Uh, yes, it is.
Arcanoloth says, haha MLMs. I steer clear of those.
Yeah. She said you can get a Lexus if you sell so much plexus, and I'm like, yeah, okay, well. And you can also get it cheaper if you sign up to sell it yourself. No. And that shit is like, what is it? It's 30 of them a month, and they're like $80+ for 30 of them. For something that's like a fucking flavored drink. Like, what the hell? I don't even know if she's still doing that. I mean, whenever she used to say, well, you can be my guinea pig, you can drink this and see how it makes you feel, since you say you feel like crap all the time. And you just need to get out, whatever, kind of thing. And I'm like, no, it's called depression and it's anxiety. But and I would drink it, They're like, yeah, this stuff's nasty.
Arcanoloth says, I knew some people that did all that stuff, Avon, and the rest when I was in school. Their living room was full of that stuff.
Yeah, yeah, Avion and or Avon and was it Tupperware crap and all that shit, dude. Probably be better off doing a lemonade stand, these people out there. So 20. I really don't know what I would do if I didn't work where I am now, but it's just so damn stressful sometimes. Makes me question why I even exist. But then you kind of relax on those days you're not there. And most people wish they were there. But like I was saying, look local at your area. See if there's any Dollar Generals around. I'd suggest part-time sales associate. Nothing full-time yet, because that can stress your ass out. Stress.
Arcanoloth says, I'm just brainstorming stuff I can do with an internet connection, because my local options are prying pennies from the hands of people who think the min wage is already too high, and they can't find help because people are just too lazy to work.
That can be true too. I mean, ever since the COVID thing came out and people started getting unemployment for it, and as it
Arcanoloth
was
says,
going away,
my intuition tells me continuing to pry at their cold hands is not the best option available.
or you could do like what was it? I watched a YouTube video not too long about it. Some girl that was up in like New York. Every day she'd get out there and pedal and stuff, and then in the evening time she'd get in this nice van and drive back to her like priced like a house or whatever, or almost mansion, you know. And she was making so much, like thousands of dollars a day, just peddling money off the streets. There for a few months, in between jobs, I was doing inboxdollars.com, and it was like, do so many surveys, you get paid like $30. I got like maybe 100 something off of that within maybe a few months. So it was something, but it wasn't everything. So I had a little bit left in the bank, but other than that,
Arcanoloth says, Yet I don't blame people doing that stuff if it's the best opportunity for them. If it's above board, then they should have no problems with people filming them.
Right. Event wormhole. Look at that. Sensor readings. Wormhole. No. 3. It's good for Jim Hadar Kirok. Go here. Change character.
Arcanoloth says, I believe in the free market. If two people want to make a transaction, none of my business.
There you go. Free market / black market. That's what we're... It gets me thinking too, like about Star Trek, right? Since it's supposedly like a future where they don't have money.
Arcanoloth says, the internet has just disrupted so much stuff that used to be local.
Yeah, like businesses shutting down because they're doing more online versus, you know, like Toys R Us, for instance. That place was great just to go in and play. Still in my adult life, you know. Let me guess. Outskirts? Yeah, why did I even bother? Alright. Back to there, because we're not even bothered with this fucking wreck shit anymore. But
All 3
like
silos
whenever
are under Allied control. Excellent
like
work.
somebody's like mom and pops type stores or whatever like that, then here comes a Walmart, you know, kills the
Bob
businesses.
Fortress has engaged transporters. Troops inbound.
But that's like getting back to Star Trek stuff here. Since they're supposed to have like no currency, money, you know, and
Arcanoloth
stuff.
says, Star Trek doesn't really give us enough info to fully describe the economic model, but my headcanon is a social democracy with electricity that's cheap enough that stuff like food and housing is effectively free.
Yeah. Well, then you know, and then they have like the Star Trek Generations when Kirk mentions that he sold his house years ago. I'm thinking, how did he sell his house? I mean, did he take money or something for it?
Arcanoloth says, energy credits would make sense for big ticket items, like you can replicate lunch, but if you want a starship, that costs.
Yeah, that would be interesting. I mean, I know globally, you know, the world's trying to do away with like actual physical money, you know, and going more for cards or digital and stuff. You can bit mine. You can like make a virus out there to go around and get money for you and bring it back. You know, like on Office Space, they can just turn the penny and round it up or whatever and dump it to another bank or something.
Arcanoloth says, so even if there is no official Fed currency, there is a limited supply of things like real estate, seats in desirable restaurants and shows, prestigious job positions, a date on Friday night.
I'd like to have seen more of
Arcanoloth says, so they might not have the same system we do, but there is a system to allocate this stuff.
yeah, they could like mostly control like what's what and how's who and whatnot. I'd like to have seen more of like in First Contact, you know, the world on there versus just that one little area that everything was at. Because it made it seem like it was a way rustic type scenario, like with tents and stuff and not actual buildings anymore. But it did mention like the Third World War. The smiley face with the... Look at that. Ushanka is not impressed with this thing.
Arcanoloth says, look at how economics majors manage their academic job boards for one example of how you can run a 100% planned economy and have zero unemployment.
Huh.
Arcanoloth says, it works at that scale but has problems if you try to scale that up, so that's just an example.
It'd be like that town out there, what is it, in Virginia? That when you enter the town, you have to convert your currency over to their like town currency in order to buy things because they have their own economics or whatever in the town. But whenever you leave, you can convert it back to real money.
The VODs have returned.
Can't remember where that is. In years. Paranoia, paranoia, everybody's coming to get me. Ushanka wins. Oh, we can go back that way. Voth medic.
Arcanoloth says, point is, there are lots of ideas that aren't capitalism, and maybe the Fed society prioritizes personal development like Picard claims in TNG, or maybe Starfleet is just the type A personalities and other people drop out like Raffi in his new show, or join a colony and become space fundamentalists like that one colony in DS9.
Right.
Arcanoloth says, and non-Feds have their own ideas to contrast, plenty of examples.
Yep, the or the Ferengi for one, with their latinum and everything. They like their like gold and stuff, gold pressed latinum, which I guess Starfleet could probably replicate as much as they want of that. Or are the replicators set to a certain thing and they will not replicate? Like forbidden replications.
Arcanoloth says, Lower Decks had a humorous idea about Pakleds following the one with the biggest shiniest helmet.
I have yet to watch Lower Decks. Is it like worth a watch for sure? You know, I mean, is it more like a humorous since it's a cartoon, or is there more like you know, actual Trek in it? You know that. I don't even know when it comes on. It probably like the Disney thing.
Arcanoloth says, I would imagine if I walk up to a Starfleet replicator and ask for a phaser, it warns me and notifies security of the attempt.
Yeah. Maybe you have to get like authorization for certain
Arcanoloth
things.
says, Lower Decks is playing for laughs, but it's actually the best Trek show in the new batch.
Well, I guess anything beats Discovery right now, that's for damn sure. Like watched a YouTube video trying to make sense out of the burn situation in Discovery. Like how could that actually really happen?
Arcanoloth says, well, so far. Haven't seen New Worlds yet.
Yeah. Well, me either. I mean, when it comes out, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, if it's supposed to be kind of like old Trek was in a way, or well, before old Trek.
Arcanoloth says, I want to like Disco, but the many showrunners they've had really hurt the first 3 seasons.
It's like they don't know what direction they want to take the show. I mean, that's why they kind of like threw it into the future. Just say, let's see, we'll start over here. You know, the way far future too, beyond Picard and beyond all that, just way out there. That way they can always overwrite the future. If they ever had to travel back again.
Arcanoloth says, I want to like Disco's cast, it's just the writing keeps changing whenever the showrunner gets fired and it hurts the show. Arcanoloth says, honestly the time skip was their best idea so far, it's a blank slate for them to play in.
Yep, just makes you wonder how many of them they're going to have. I mean, if this is going to be like the thing that they do, you know. Anytime they can't resolve something or something gets a little too comfortable with the way it's being done, they're going to just like, okay, well, let's go find another problem, you know. It's like that far into the future. What about the Borg? You know, could they do something with the Borg? Like, you know, I mean, I don't know.
Arcanoloth says, the Daystrom Incited subreddit had thoughts about the burn.
Yeah, there was something about
Arcanoloth
sub.
says, the final reveal of S3 was some My Little Pony level storytelling.
My Little Pony.
Arcanoloth says, like it could have been such a cool idea.
Yeah. To just have one you know, alien being, you know, of whatever his name is, same species as what's his face. I never forgot his name. See, that's the thing about Discovery. I can't get involved in learning like a bunch of Saru. That's who it is. But their character names, I can't seem to follow along and keep up with them. You know, like what the hell's going on? You know. But like him, this child absorbing some of the subspace energy or whatever of the dilithium, and you know, and then getting upset and yelling, and it causing it to reverberate into the subsonic levels of subspace, and then like, you know, causing it to go,
Arcanoloth
you
says,
know.
I'm okay with just forgetting that Burnham is the galactic nexus of everything interesting that happens in first 2 seasons, whatever, first 2 seasons of TNG sucked, let's get over that. But S3 had a blank slate, and it took a shit all over it.
So you're saying you're kind of tired of everything that happens seems to happen around Burnham versus a lot of the stuff that would happen, say, you know, back in TNG, would be revolved around the whole Enterprise, or other ships in the Federation, and the Enterprise would be summoned to come to that because the Enterprise was the flagship. Of course, it would be like the #1 thing, but stuff seems to personally happen just to Burnham, like throwing her into being Spock's untold sister, you know, kind of situation, which completely shoots the whole canon out of
Arcanoloth says, I mean Burnham is the lead, so naturally she is going to get most of the screen time, but I'd prefer it if her talent was supported with better writing.
Yeah. It's like the angel suit situation whenever they tied that up, you know, and it's like within like a maybe what 5 minutes, she went to all the time periods and got it all set up with showing the red angel and this and whatever, and then just traveling. I mean, I forget whatever happened to the intelligence stuff that they
Arcanoloth
even
says,
got on there.
haha, you mean the Spock who didn't tell Kirk who his father was until after Kirk shook his hand? That Spock? The Spock that never mentioned his brother until he hijacked the Ent-A, that Spock? Arcanoloth says, sadly they are 100% on point with canon here. Arcanoloth says, I can say it's annoying but 100% canon.
I guess, yeah, you do have a point there. I mean, what was his name? Savak? The untold, like, he was half brother, right? Because Savak was full Vulcan, or is it Cybok? Savak. Oh, God, I can't fucking remember. Damn it! One of these things repaired itself. I wasn't paying attention.
Arcanoloth says, Spock doesn't discuss his family, and Disco gave him another very good reason to never talk about Burnham.
Did you say Burnham burned him?
Arcanoloth says, I was more mad that Disco had to be another prequel because reasons, but that was years ago and I'm over it now.
Right. I hate the fact that, like, in the show they decided to, or that Neville guy or whatever who's in charge of the creature part of the show, completely redesigned the Klingons to be like not what we were expecting. Like, sure, eventually they grew hair again, it's like really quickly, but like, what the hell, you know? I mean, Dorians look evil. They got like this, like they're, what are they? Scaled type Or is it? It's something on their temples now. The temple forehead pokes out more. I mean, I could see like a little change, but my God, they completely like warped them. In my opinion. But it's nice that Stamets doesn't have to worry
Arcanoloth
about
says,
the
I'm okay
discovery.
with artists reimagining stuff, and there was a line about the Clinks regrowing their hair after the war because they cut it for the crusade or whatever.
Makes me wonder if we're going to see some of the so-called
Arcanoloth says,
augments.
it was more that they could have done more with the Klingon stuff, but it was reduced to supporting Venom's storyline for runtime.
Yeah, they could have put a whole lot more Klingon type stuff in there. That's for sure. We didn't even get to see any of like the humanoid Klingons either.
Arcanoloth says, but I'd watch an entire season of Klingon political drama, but I don't know if CBS would pay for that.
The Klingon soap operas? Oh man, it'd be like the Gorn having a soap opera.
Arcanoloth says, Chula was a disco writing room idea they cut for runtime and they gave it to Stowe.
So is that why it's in the game? Because I was wondering, it's like, this, okay, not now, damn it. I was thinking, like, because the character seems well developed to just be, you know, in this game. And, I think I'm talking about the same, but not the tall Klingon, right? The one that goes to war with the bug-eyed Klingon guy.
Arcanoloth says, it's interesting to me how this stuff goes from writing room pitch to implementation and the end result is never exactly what they imagined because making stuff is hard.
Yeah. Could you imagine, like, if the original series had the same budget they have now, but back then? What it would be like? Would it have lasted longer? More seasons? My God, I don't have nothing. Medical.
Arcanoloth says, yeah, Trek budgets back in the day were pretty tit and it was a TV franchise.
I was watching a video earlier today before I went to work about William Shatner was finally like
Arcanoloth
watching
says,
some of his stuff.
so I'm just glad we have more Trek to watch.
Yeah. I wish you would hurry up and get here. I'm real eager to see the Strange New Worlds, for instance, you know. What goes on, because it's supposed to, since it's going to take, I guess it's going to take place after the Discovery incident.
Arcanoloth says, 5 shows in production.
Are they still doing the one with Giorgio, the Terran one?
Arcanoloth says, if you have the time to watch Trek, I'd suggest checking out Lower Decks.
Yeah, I'd like to, actually, since it's 2 seasons, it's more episodes to binge at once. If I had time to binge, if I had a damn few days off, man. How many episodes are a season of that?
Arcanoloth says, I am enjoying S2 ATM. Arcanoloth says, and Lower Decks is 30 minutes EPS so you can watch one a night.
Nice. That reminds me, since I have some space available, did I ever... Let's see, the C-store. Personnel, right? No. Duty officers, that's where it's at. available right there.
Arcanoloth says, Disco, Picard, Strange New Worlds, Lower Decks, Prodigy.
I didn't hear about the Prodigy thing. What is that? Oh man, so these can't be claimed on a Klingon. That sucks.
Arcanoloth says, no word at all on the S31 spin-off. I think that's held up on Yeo's schedule.
Oh, the Section 31. I wonder what they'll deal with on there.
Arcanoloth says, Prodigy is the 3D animation for Nick. Mulgrew returns as Janeway.
Really? I'm out of the loop completely on all that.
Arcanoloth says, trailer is up on YT.
Wait, you said Janeway. I seen like a thing of like an animated drawing of Janeway, and that was just like the other day as like on a YouTube, like, you know, not suggested thing, but like on the home page of YouTube where it just shows all the little videos and stuff. And I was just wondering what the hell is that? It looks like somebody, maybe a fan creation or something. I didn't even think about like until looking at it or anything. Is it going to be, what time line is that going to be from? Like a future, or like shortly after Voyager's return, or like during the time? Or is it not going to be revolving around her? Or at least we'll kind of get something back from that. Like it may make us feel more at home with
Arcanoloth says, yeah, the trailer is deliberately vague about where and when it takes place. Aliens find a Starfleet ship with a holo of Janeway for cadet training and they fly it.
Janeway, the holodeck character. Man.
Arcanoloth says, so it's for kids who never saw Trek before, but if you want to watch it for clues to the larger franchise, go nuts.
Grab some nuts and have some fun. That's interesting. Wonder when the Orville's coming back. I'm missing me some Orville. If they're even coming back. They were supposed to be filming like months ago, right?
Arcanoloth says, I'm sure people will be breaking down each EP as it happens.
Yeah, you could make a YouTube thing of that. You know, get you some views and get your Patreon going on. Like Charlie on YouTube when he's talking about with Emergency Awesome. I kind of grew out of watching that though. But hey everyone, it's Charlie. How you doing? This stuff to watch.
Arcanoloth says, oh wow, Norm Macdonald died and they have his voice in the bag for S3 of Orville.
Norm Macdonald died? What the hell? I watched like a little video thing the other day where it was in my feed about he was sitting there with it's like the Norm show. I didn't even know he had a show, and it was somebody was sitting there next to him and they were laughing about something. Wow. Long battle with cancer. Whoa. I ain't even heard anything about him having it. Huh. He's one of like when I was watching some Saturday Night Live back in the 90s and stuff, you know, when he'd be on there doing the weekend update. And all this stuff
Arcanoloth
was...
says, so Orville got hit by COVID and McFarlane said we do a lot of close-ups and heavy makeup and it took time to work out safety protocols for that show, but it's in the works.
So I wonder what, like, they're gonna dedicate the whole season to him then, or like just the last episode he's in, or first episode, like this episode dedicated to the memory of, and have him there, and it's, my God, he was hilarious. Just like the way he was, his subtle comedy or whatever, always made me laugh. If it ain't COVID, it's something else. It's for damn sure.
Arcanoloth says, they wrapped in August, so it'll be on Hulu at some point.
Yeah, that's right. They went to Hulu. Huh. I miss when Hulu was free. God. He had like one of the funniest like impressions of it was Burt Reynolds, you know? They'd have that Celebrity Jeopardy thing. Man. Change character.
Arcanoloth says, yeah, funny guy.
Oh man, I could probably put like a thing, like a little audio clip, because I always used to get a kick out of when he goes, you guessed it, Frank Stallone, you know. A weekend update. Man. That sucks. I've been seeing like a lot of that, like over the last couple of years. It's like, well, not these past couple of years, because you know, of course, some COVID, whatever. But like a bunch of just celebrities, just just dropping like flies. It makes you wonder, like, how are some of them still there? I mean, like Shatner, for instance, he's like 90 something years old now, close to 91, because he just turned 90 not too long ago. And how? How is he there? And Betty White and all these other ones. The kinetic damage to space destroys Tholian ships. Okay, so I'm going to... What is the Archer system has
Arcanoloth says, if it's COVID related, that's terrible, but sometimes people just get old yet.
Yeah. But it's just real interesting, like, if you haven't seen, say, the actor in a while, and then all of a sudden, you hear about him dying, and you see like one of their last images of him, you're like, wow, they really got old quick, And
Arcanoloth says, I think people like Betty White are just glad they are still getting to entertain people, and plan to keep doing that as long as they can.
Oh yeah. She's been around the block a long time. What the heck? Oh, wait. Visuals. Oh, I got that 22nd Century Federation Vanity Shield on here. Is that all it does? Just highlights certain parts of the ship. I don't care to have that there. I wonder if I got rid of that, like completely, because I thought I put that in my bank. Maybe I need to save. I don't know if I save it. Save crit. Yeah. Huh. If I got rid of that, like discarded it, could I get it back? Or is it like one of those things you cannot get back? Reclaim. Keep going though. Damn. I hate it when it stops. Vanity shield, vanity shield. It's a shield, it's a vanity shield. Doo-doo-doo. Exosuits, miracle worker. No.
Arcanoloth says, good question, depends on where you got it from.
Well, it was that charity thing that had come out. That you spend like $1 or whatever, $7.99 on the other thing, but $1 just to get that. And I was just checking it out, you know. But I don't know how, like, because it was part of damn it, I keep clicking the wrong thing. Let me turn that off here quickly. Promotions.
Arcanoloth says, if it's a store unlock, should be a reclaim, but verify this on an alt first.
Right. Good idea. Not the Alienware. There's a free Alienware one going on right now to get TOS or Temporal Agent, whatever. That 32nd Century Shield Overlay. I guess it's always available because I clicked on it yesterday and it's still there again. Rainbow Rising Tribble. I don't care nothing about it down. Or whatever that is. Rainbow Rising Caracal, whatever. I don't care about that junk.
Arcanoloth says, looks like you can reclaim yet.
Okay. Where's the frickin'... There it is, Archer System. Oh, it's doing the ship stuff. I like it whenever it does that. Okay, so... what I'm gonna do is... we're gonna turn off protection. We're gonna discard it. And then... gonna go to the store. And promotions again. Nope. Okay, which one was it? Damn it. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. That. Claim. God, everything's just right there. It's cluttering. Oh, yeah, it came right on back. Okay. So I can just discard the whole thing then. So you can keep getting it. That's nice. Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you for letting me know that. Hello, good to see you, sir. Hello there, sir. I wonder if I can turn off contrails. They really distract me watching them.
Arcanoloth says, hooray Endeavors.
Hooray Endeavors. I love Endeavors. They're so addictive. I need to learn how to keybind and all that. If I can ever focus on one thing at a time, though. One inside of itself. There we go. It took me ever to figure out you had to, like, actually shoot at one of the little corners and stuff to open that up. That's so stupid. That's just so stupid. Oh, that's already done. I wasn't even paying attention to those. Endeavor, Endeavor. Oh, wow. Thought that... Kaboom! Tholian weaver, I believe you can weave me through the night.
Arcanoloth says, I bind up a tray because I'm lazy and just wanna spam a key to buff. Some people have trays on muscle memory where they can play the piano to buff, and a few have told me they pixel hunt the buffs with their cursor and posted parses higher than mine. Not sure if they were trolling me, but if not, impressive.
Cause that's all I do is like just press what I need, you know, at the time. I'm not all about that, you know, other stuff. 'Cause I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Half the time, I just don't know. You know, if you ever really get bored like during the day and want to watch some funny things or something like that, you know, Rift Track has their Twitch running 24/7 now, to where you can watch old like MST3K type funny like jokes and stuff for movies. I want to do that. I've watched a lot
Arcanoloth
over the
says,
years.
yeah, the binds are a convenience feature for us klutzes that wanna focus on flying because we are terrible pilots.
Well, I suck as a pilot too. Let's see, we're going to travel back that way just to get over there. Over. Gonna get over. Completed. Critical.
Arcanoloth
Saving that
says,
one.
oh yeah, amazing what content is online. I watched some stand-up during 2020 because I just hadn't laughed in a while.
Sweet. That's awesome. I'm going to keep that in the back burner there and not even use it yet. View details, that's critical as well. Wow. Success, collect that one. Detail, success, or collect that one. Success. 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 Sucks. And sucks again. Okay, so 2 out of all that actually did well. And I don't even know what the hell I'm ever doing with the duty officer stuff either.
Arcanoloth says, Bo Burnham's last special made a big impression on me, not to everyone's taste but for me is summarized 2020.
2020, we won our year back.
Arcanoloth says, and some of his songs are catchy AF.
Nice. Nice. Oh, dream weaver. Oh, I believe you can dream me. Dream, 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 dream. Drink weaver. Alright, let's see. We have the event to do as well, too. I did counterpoint yesterday with my archer character. It's so hilarious to have a tier 1 ship out there amongst all these other people. And just imagine the way they look and they're like, what the fuck? I love it. Which one is another ship battle? Because I'm going to do that. I'm going to, let's see, okay, it stopped there. It's good. I'm going to change over to my archer character because I created flocks.
Says, haha, yeah, random Q these days is literally no shirt, no shoes, no problem.
Right. Oh. Yeah. Archer. Got him at level 15.
Arcanoloth says, not that you need the dosh, but that epic box from the uni is nice for pores.
Epic box.
Arcanoloth says, I enjoyed the new TFO.
Nice. Let's see. What is it? Do I have? Oh, I can't even do the endeavors, can I? With this character. But I am going to do the daily with him, though. Because I don't have endeavors unlocked for it yet. Huh. Okay, we did counterpoint yesterday. Jabberwocky, I forget what that's about. The new firewall, I've done that with him.
Arcanoloth says, endeavors are endgame yet. You can do the event at LVL 10.
So Operation Wolf. maybe I could do that. Assembling task force.
Arcanoloth says, now if you rando Q on a 65, you might get the event Q and kill 2 birds.
True. Yeah. I forgot I didn't even do that with my other character. But I like to throw this one in, like to his Enterprise, because I can't say Enter. I've seen people using the actual Enterprise name on here. I don't know how they're doing it, because it says restricted every time I try to use it.
Everyone's here? Good. Let's get started. In this, a team of one.
This should be fun. Archer. 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 Ow. Theorizing that one could time travel within his own lifetime. Dr. Sam Beckett stepped into the quantum leap accelerator and vanished.
Don't ask me how people misspell the name to make EIT display, but I'm sure that's a minor TOS violation.
Yeah. Because even like for my character here, I tried to make Phlox, right? Let's see right here. I had to call him Floxy because it would not let me just use Phlox. And I couldn't use to Paul, but Malcolm, Trip, and Archer it will.
Operations is locked down. Use the exocomps to get the doors open.
Al.
Get to the console.
Arcanoloth says, haha, Tipu.
Tapu. And I'm gonna like 100% keep Archer using just this weapon all the damn time. I've got like the I used some Lobby to get
Arcanoloth says, got fragged once in Karat by the IKS Paul's side boob.
that's Paul's like secret weapon or superpower. Vulcan boob. Can Crusher 2000. But I got some phase cannons yesterday, and those things suck ass.
Deploy exocomps to the console. Once all 3 are set, they'll start cracking the security system.
And of course, some Sompek lightning.
I'll cut through the security. This system won't even know what hit it.
Waka waka.
All right, the exocomps have started their hack. Keep them in one piece.
Arcanoloth says, I'm sure someone has made the Ent build over at Stobuilds. Can't be bothered to check ATM.
Attention, terrorists. Your efforts here are doomed to
They
fail.
probably used the best, the T6 or Tier 6 ship as well. I have no access to that one, so I only have the Tier 1 Enterprise, which is going to be the ship.
Arcanoloth says, oh yeah, lower decks brought back exocomps so you can thank them for getting them added to Stow.
Ah. I was wondering where those came from. We're incapacitated.
System hack at 20%.
Arcanoloth says, all my Aang drones are exocomps now. Sweet.
Nice.
Perhaps my orders weren't clear. Stop the terrorists now.
Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da da da. Da 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 da.
System hack at 50%. Keep those exocomps working.
Captain Jonathan Archer Beckett stepped into this quantum leap accelerator and vanished.
Bring me their heads, or you'll all spend your
Woke to find himself trapped in the past.
Arcanoloth says, FYI, running and crouching buffs dodge chance, but walking sidestep does not.
Ah, dang it. I hate that damn thing. I've done that before.
Arcanoloth says, I used to play Unreal Tournament, hard to break my strafe habits.
Oh yeah, Unreal Tournament was fun. I always lost in that game. But I had fun losing. Ultra kill, kill, kill. Mega kill. Unstoppable. You have lost the match.
Repair all exocomps to restart the security system hack.
Which one is
Repair
it for
all
that?
exocomps to restart the security system hack.
Systems online. Ready for action. Bang!
Yes, all exocomps are operational. They're continuing to hack the system.
Whoever kills these terrorists will get their own ship to command.
Ouch! Feeling a lot less optimal over here.
That's it! Security system bypass complete.
We did it, Al.
Security teams, report to operation. Do not let anyone inside.
Fake first person mode engaged. Keep pressing the wrong damn button. Oh, now we're in that
door
mode.
Control should allow you to open the blast door now.
Dun, 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 dun.
Deploy exocomps at the database before the Terrans delete all the files.
Oh, dear.
Legion,
Oh,
I don't
just
have
shut.
time to waste on your lackeys. Face me yourself, coward!
Bitch. You whore. Fuck you.
Transporter room, now!
Meow. Transport room, meow. Hey, everybody, there's a transport room over here.
Keep those terrors on my back while I work my magic.
Bitty, bitty, bitty. Okay, Buck.
Oh boy, here we go again.
Bitty, bitty, bitty.
Okay, here we go. Keep those exocomps intact so we can get what we...
Shoot to kill, you idiots!
Admiral Quinn, you little bastard.
You really must think highly of yourselves if you thought you had me.
Yeah. What?
All technicians, report to ops. Delete the database before they steal it from us.
Arcanoloth says, love the names on the exos.
You really don't know when to... Not today,
I haven't looked at the
cretins.
names. Oh, okay. Alpha, beta, gamma. I didn't even see those over
Data
there.
acquisition at 25%.
That's where that chat kind of covers it right there. I can't see. Hey, you shot my guy. Oh no. Oh my god.
You really don't know when to quit, do you?
No. I don't know when to quit. I tried to quit several times. I can't quit. It just keeps happening
Not
to me.
today, cretins.
His name's Crichton. At least those doors do open.
Arcanoloth says, they are named after the usernames from hackers.
Ah. Look, the doors. Oh man, I thought I was opening the doors. And let me say expand this.
You are
Data acquisition at 50%. Watch out for trouble.
Trouble? We can't have trouble here. Oh no. But you know what?
Computer, initiate transport.
Admiral Quinn said so. Admiral. His name is Admiral Quinn. Medicine woman. Gotta love the physics. Kick a block of ice in and lock it in the fire. Kick a block of ice in and lock him in the trailer.
Becoming annoying. Not today, cretins.
Not today, cretin.
Ouch! Feels a lot less optimal over here.
Bitty bitty bitty.
Data acquisition at 75%. You're almost there.
Yay.
To kill you, idiots.
Go, Blue Ranger, go.
You really must think highly of yourselves if you
Go,
thought you had.
Blue
Arcanoloth says, love this
Ranger.
game, but I'm starting to feel like your voice talents are wasted in this category.
Go, go, Power Rangers. What voice talent. It's awesome the doors actually open when you get next to them.
You really don't know when to quit, do you?
I don't know when to quit either, do you?
Arcanoloth says, I don't have the social blade stats to back this up, but anecdotally I don't see anyone in here unless a variety stream drags them in.
In here? Oh, in my thingy? Ah, it doesn't bother me.
Surprise!
Go, go, Power
Arcanoloth says,
Rangers.
here meaning Stow Twitch.
Oh. Well, yeah, it doesn't get like that much of an audience, I guess. And for my next trick, I will require someone from the audience. Oh. The hell? Oh, we're over there now. Okay. I'm getting shot in the back. Shot in the back, and I'm too
Arcanoloth
late.
says, I've heard people approach what game to stream algorithmically, looking at overall viewer pop vs stream ratio to find underserved categories where they can pick up views.
Huh. So like, ooh, well, I don't need to
Arcanoloth
pass
says,
on that.
to me I'm like, that sounds like a job that pays less than min wage.
Minimum wage sucks ass. It takes names and ass. Yeah, I don't, a lot of people stream other stuff, you know, like what are the VR chat, Minecraft's a big one. I just don't feel like playing Minecraft for a while. I get too involved in like one server doing something, and then that server's like, okay, we're gonna reset, or we're either gonna like leave or disconnect or whatever, and I'm like, you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. Data deleted 0 of 20. Is that good or bad?
Arcanoloth says, streaming is so time intensive, if you don't enjoy the game you play you will burn out.
True. I enjoyed this game, even though it's got all these problems. What are we waiting on over here? What's going on?
Arcanoloth says, oh yeah man, I've seen so many
When the
server
time-
rests over
Get
the
me
years.
out of here!
It's like being digitally homeless.
Yeah, because I put a lot of effort in the last one I was on. You know, like it was supposed to be David Hewlett's son, Baz. Like a guy that they knew had a server that was dedicated just for them to play on, and they let their Twitch people play
Arcanoloth
on
says, okay, they popped Quinn, now to shut Lelue.
it. Shut the bay. Not to shut the bay, Captain. We go to shut the bay, Captain. I was wondering what everybody was doing over here. I saw him like standing here, and I thought, are we done with that part?
Arcanoloth says, someone invited me to private stream servers and they always die.
Ooh, yeah, this is that
Arcanoloth
one.
says, love this part.
Yeah, this is pretty amazing. I like that they did this.
Fire the main phase.
Fire the hole! Damn, we're in a tight spot. Me and my phase pistol are gonna take care of you, Al.
Keep up the pressure. You put some dents in it, but it's still in the fight.
I'll try to jump on and board it. Just on my mark.
Arcanoloth says, drive me closer, I want to hit them with my sword. Arcanoloth says, this is some Terran level bad idea.
Divert power to weapon systems and fire at will.
Woo! You're
They're always
doing
trying to fire at Commander Riker.
doing this.
Lost phasers and missiles. Destroy them.
Does the runabout, do they have missiles? I thought maybe it's photon torpedoes. Completely undermatched for this.
Ooh, that runabout's in bad shape now. Keep fighting.
Oh, I got an idea. Let me throw my pistol at him. Punching bag. He literally throws his pistol away. That's funny.
Arcanoloth says, stock runabout has microphotons. No idea what mods the Terrans did.
Yeah, he talks about missiles. I love
So
that.
long, Quinn.
Dr. Quinn, medicine
I've
woman,
wanted to pop
continues.
that pompous gas bag for years now.
Pompous asshole.
Well done.
That pompous asshole. Let's see. Temporal mark package with daily bonus. Competitive, Lucari. Blah, blah, blah. What did I get last time? Let's see. Let's see what's on TV. Let's see. Delta, temporal, I got 25 last time. I don't remember what the reputations like do.
Arcanoloth says, Chase Masterson is always up to get into a voice booth. So Stowe takes full advantage.
Congratulations, Lieutenant Commander.
Oh, is he the one that does the voice of Quinn?
Arcanoloth says, I can't wait to see the Lita vs Tilly cage match.
Man, what do you think about them like
Arcanoloth
updating?
says, Battle of the Reedheads.
Ooh, look at that! It opened up. What do you think about the Lita change they did?
Arcanoloth says, Chase Masterson played Lita.
Ah, okay. Oh, yeah, okay. So she's still doing the voice. They just changed her physical appearance, or is that her new appearance? Oh, wow! Look at that. Huh. For them to have unlocked a lot of this is amazing.
Arcanoloth says, yeah, they updated her model to current standards.
Wow. I know that her
Arcanoloth says, she's been doing Stowe since launch.
I know like her one that like the Dabo table is still the same one. Space points. Space.
Arcanoloth says, she's one of the Trek actors that hasn't had much work outside Trek, so her schedule is free.
But of what's her name played Tasha Yar, Denise what is her name? She's had a lot
Arcanoloth
of
says, her and Wheaton do the cruise each year.
Yeah, what's Wheaton got to do, I guess, right? He needs to be in some Trek, you know? It's like he wants to be, but ain't nobody putting him in there. Defense, targeting. We'll go for defense. Level 16 does not reward. Level 17, once you get to 20, then that means that all that other stuff will be opened up for Archer. What the heck? Oh, for a second I thought we were still the Terran one. I'm like, what the hell is that dude doing here? I wasn't paying attention. I got that problem. Oh,
Arcanoloth says, Whedon hosted this last Trek Day and did a bit where he talks to his pre-recorded transporter duplicate, and Disco showrunner said he was taking notes.
Ooh. Kits and modules. Missing required. Missing required stuff. Selfo. Ground weapon. We don't need any of those. Shields. None of those.
Arcanoloth says, the whole stream they were joking about doing stuff live because they are all TV actors used to doing pre-recorded stuff.
I think he'd like do some sort of stage stuff. We'll start that. Let that be going. Completed. Oh my gosh, right there at the end of it. Medical. Dr. Flox says medical. Dr. Flox. He's so happy. He had all kind of critters on that ship. Surprised no one had problems there. Well, this leech will take care of that problem real good. Big grin on his face. Oh, Academy. That'll bump it up about probably level 17. Academy. Beam me down to the planet. Gotta take care of some Zindi. Arr. That episode where he was like a father figure or whatever to those alien Zindi.
Arcanoloth says, oh yeah, lore mission will give a squirt of XP.
And the problem is I never know what the answer is. So I gotta cheat, look it up online. I've got a problem with that. I can't seem to ever remember. Shatner. William shat in her. It was nasty. Everywhere.
Congratulations, Lieutenant Commander.
Yeah.
Arcanoloth says, I mean, does anyone not cheat these?
Right? Sometimes if you remember them. Which ship was successful with an extremely diverse crew? Damn. Okay. I always get them wrong. I don't feel like looking it up.
Arcanoloth says, you could go to the exchange and look up most of the data chips for 1 EC, but some are rare.
Yeah, I went there like for one character sometime a few years ago and tried to do that.
Arcanoloth says, USS Titan.
See, you knew the answer. I was going to choose it, but then I did my random select.
Arcanoloth says, RIP.
That's right, gotta wait a whole another 20 hours now. Damn it. Velma run. I saw it. You've got the Velma run. Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? Got some work for you now. Okay, got some more duty officers. 53 now. Moving on up, yo. Still need to get a kit there. Okay, I think I have to do the universal, so I'll go back to my main character. My character. And I don't need to forget to use that last slot of character to make me one there later. Complete a random TFO. Join random. Soul system. Take it slow. Whoa.
Arcanoloth says, yeah, late here in Central Time.
Mm-hmm. I'm in Central as well. 1:20 a.m. Wee. Holy shit. How fast am I going backwards? Oh,
The Undine are attacking
Arcanoloth
along
says,
3 vectors.
mowed the lawn before
These
the
vectors
rains,
have fluidic
house is
rifts that need
sorted,
to be closed.
did my lifts, nowhere
The
to
map
be
and this
tomorrow.
bar will help you locate friendly
it rained
forces
here
along
today.
the vectors. When your team closes a rift, a bonus period will begin.
I think I've done this
Close
one.
another rift before time runs out to increase the bonus.
I've done this one. I did it. Excuse me, everybody. I had to fight there. I just had to mark my territory. Oh, yeah? Well, here you go. Yeah. Spock here, sir. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm gonna follow the arrows. But I have done something like this before. Fire.
An errant fluidic rift has opened between the lanes. The location is marked on your performing a scan of the rift now.
Thank you, Tuvok. Kaboom!
Close the fluidic rift now.
No, you are.
An Undine dreadnought has entered local space.
Arcanoloth says,
Undine
love me
fluidic
some
space
Undine
rift
assault
beta
for
has
fleet
been
marks.
closed.
I try to clear the errant rifts when they spawn so they are all done before the boss.
Oh.
Arcanoloth says, can easily clear over 200 marks, choice of Undine or fleet.
I'm gonna go for definitely, I think, fleet, mostly. I don't know why. I mean, I tend to be the only one doing anything in the fleet. The fleet continues to grow. Thank you, Mr. Nobody. We show you how to do this. We will do it now.
Arcanoloth says, hooray fleet stuff.
For reals. Those things suck. Big blob. Fire. My objective is to get at least K-13 of this fleet that I'm in to level 3, you know, tier 3. Cool. If I could do that, I'm awesome. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. We're gonna hurt them now. Just press spacebar, run in circles. That's all I'm doing right now. Ah, my torpedoes didn't torpedo him. Whoa. Whoa, man, whoa. It sucked in, yo. My rear shield's failing.
Arcanoloth says, soloing fleets is def doable. Needs lots of alts cycling the KDF Admiralty tours of duty to deal with the
Undine
Dilriks.
fluidic space rift
Oh,
gap
hell yeah.
has been closed.
That's, that's mostly
Performing
what
a
I've been
scan of the
doing
rift now.
with my main character. Since the past tokens have
Arcanoloth
changed.
says, gets expansive buying all the DOFs, but you can spend credits at Starbase on more DOFs.
Doff it up.
Close the fluidic rift now.
You shut up, Tuvok. No, you are.
Arcanoloth says, and if you solo grind out all the marks, you'll have the creds.
Undine fluidic space rift side has been closed.
Arcanoloth says, so Dill is the big gap.
Hells yeah. That's the only thing that's keeping the fleet that I'm currently in from like actually advancing a lot. Nobody wants to shell out any dilithium vouchers or anything. Where am I going and how did I get there? Oh my gosh. Pass on everything. I need to set it up to auto pass because I never want any of that stuff. Fire. Fire? Fire. Hmm? Hi, I got invited to the party.
Arcanoloth says, well, nobody wants to do KDF tour of duty instead of stuff
An
that's more
Undine
directly
dreadnought has
beneficial to
entered
them,
local space.
and I get that.
Yep. That's why I mostly do that Boar fleet stuff. Am I shooting with that? What's going? Okay, there we go.
Arcanoloth says, rotating through my entire roster twice a day to clear the Fed/Ferengi I need to then make room for KDF is honestly most work than I
Performing a
expect
scan of
people
the
to
rift
do.
now.
Yeah, it's constantly like alternate between. So I only do like 6 characters for my dilithium.
Close the fluidic rift now.
No, you are close to the fluidic rift now. You don't tell me what to do. I'll do it when I feel like it. Hey, could someone please close that rift there?
Undine fluidic space rift Omega has been closed.
Yay! Indeed.
An errant fluidic rift has opened between the
Arcanoloth
lanes.
says,
The location
you
is
can
marked
def
on your
turn
map.
it into a job that pays less than a few dollars a day.
Heck yeah. Generally, isn't it the people you one at a time? This like you have 3 lanes going at a time or something. Pass. Fire. Mr. Spock, give me more torpedo power. Stand in front of him if you have to, mister. Spock, you're just sitting back there doing nothing. How are you benefiting me at all? Well, no, we're not going to do that. No, Spock. There's no need to do any kind of drain right now. I need some bright ideas, Spock. What have you got for me? My shields are fine. Alright then, fine. We'll just do that anyway. Damn it, mister. More power. Snotty, give me more power. Archer?
Arcanoloth says, I always end up doing the errant rifts because most people push lanes. Never had any treble post Delta Rising in this queue, but I recall people having trouble back when TI was added.
I can remember, it was like maybe a month ago.
A scan of the rift now.
Whenever I was doing one of these type things, I don't know if it was a lane position type like this, with Trizander and them over there, like few of us just went down these lanes, you know, and like two on the outside, one in or whatever. Just did it, and it was quicker. But I see this one's zigzagging.
Undine Fluidic Space
around.
Rift Alpha has been closed.
Oh, he said that softly as she looked into Tuvok's eyes. Me first. Fire. I said fire, damn it. Give me more power. Fire. Damn it. Focus on one target at a time. I want to sabotage all of them. Make sure crews know that we will not back down from this fight. We will succeed, for we are peons in the great tour of the galaxy. I have no clue what I'm doing here, but I'm sure
An
that
Undine
we
Dreadnought
will
has
succeed.
entered local space.
We went to local space, mister. These Undine are powerful.
Performing a scan of the rift now.
Tuvok, where are you? Where the hell are you, mister? You keep coming back, but I don't know where you are. You keep saying things. I don't know whose ship you're on. Why are you there? Who are you talking to, mister?
Close the fluidic rift now.
Oh, you pretty chitty bang bang, chitty chitty bang bang, chitty chitty bang bang, we love you. And our chitty chitty bang bang, chitty chitty bang
Undine
bang, loves
Fluidic
us
Space
too.
Rift High has been closed.
Hi, sir. We've pushed back the Undine forces for enough time. On it for now. No clear vessels. Captain. Captain. Get back here. Get back here. Got big there. Got big there. One of 6 of these rifts closed. We've got to turn around. Head this way. Get closer to the rift. We're here. It's where we're supposed to be. But there's nothing here. We've been led astray. And can't understand why we're here. At all. Mr. Spock, can you give me an analysis, mister? No, not hazard emitters. Damn it, Spock, you used to know this stuff, but now you don't. You don't know what you're doing.
An errant fluidic rift has opened between the lanes. The location is marked on your map.
I'm sure it is, too. I'll try to get the ship over there in time. Planet killer. My God, it's huge. How can we ever defeat this thing? By firing everything we've got. I don't even have any heart-banging torpedoes. It's just there. We must prevail. Fire. Someone once said the world was an oyster. I will not say that it is. I will say it's not. I have no idea what we're doing here. There seems to be a confusion. Mass confusion. That's why we're aboard her. Dun, 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 dun. Push! Yay! Kaboom! I can't skip it, can't skip it. No, 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 no. Oh.
The Undine are retreating, and
Indeed.
Cardassia Prime is safe. Well done.
Undine the next time we're doing this, Tuvok. We'll undine you later there, Tuvok. Right now.
Arcanoloth says, heck yeah, go back to your own dimension.
You get out of here, you bastards. You go have your own monster drink and get out of here. Ooh. Ooh la la. Oh. Fleet marks as usual. And there, we get that right there. And that. Okay. How does this fleet look right now anyway? Ooh, how far on the Endeavors? Tomorrow, definitely getting another one. Yeah! Okay. Been promoted, increased in grade and grade. Oh, that's that. Okay. Rasta man. Never gonna get anywhere in this damn fleet. Contribute, contribute, contribute. I have 43 vouchers. Damn it. Damn it. Mine provisions, I mean, somebody's been donating some of those. Schnickel Fritz. Shawshank Redemption. Look, I have a here. Listen here, mister. We can get K-13 to Tier 3. We just have to work together. Donate. Mister.
Arcanoloth says, can do the dailies at Fleet Mine for provisions but met.
Yeah, it's not really like a lot. You know, that's a lot of work to just get barely anything. I did that back in the day. Oh my gosh, that was Nightmares Central. Where you can replicate them and do them, you know.
Arcanoloth says, yeah, exactly.
Because you can be over there for like hours just, you know, doing one little thing. And it's not even unlocked the full like potential yet either, so you only get like what, 2 like tasks or something to complete. Mr. Sandman, yes, bring me a dream. Make them the cutest I've ever seen. Give them 2 lips. Fudge Packer. Let's see. Engineering Operation Department. Still, just. I need something to dump some stuff into, but there's nothing there. Embassy. Oh, embassy. And I'm not adding any more of those because I'm. Ooh, common ones. Okay. Select all. Starbase, where the stairs are, but not so stairs. How far have I gotten with the commendations on that? 45. So yeah, I'm not going very far with that. Damn it.
Arcanoloth says, I always check Armade for places to dump marks.
Oh, is that what you can? Well, there's not any. Okay.
Arcanoloth says, oh, you can do some CXP tenants at Starbase.
Yeah.
Arcanoloth says, haha, no armada.
Yeah, this fleet's kind of understaffed as it is. I got in here and like made it all the way to Emperor, you know.
Arcanoloth says, but you can go to Fleet Starbase if you aren't already running CXP missions.
Fleet Starbase. Achoo, sir! Sneeze power activated.
Arcanoloth says, so that fleet needs to apply for an armada and then everyone else will fill your stuff.
Well, I'm not in charge of it. That's one of the things that really sucks these days. Now loading, ... Now loading, ... Loud noting, not the yacht. Tot, to da, toad, 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 toad. Tot, tot, tot. Thank you for coming to the Fleet Starbase. How can we help you? I'd like to dock, please. Fill out this form and sit in the corner over there. Your ship will be docked in as soon as possible. I don't want to hear it. Listen here, mister. Yeah, I was watching that William Shatner reacting or like watching some of the stuff that he's never really seen of himself before. And it had the one with Khan and stuff, and he said it was just the, you know, the script said K-A-H-A-N-N and whatever like that. So he's like, okay, well, all right. Huh. Oh, only got 3 points that time. Huh. There we go. Got him far that time. There we go. Huh. Ah, man, not too far there. Huh. There we go. Huh. Oh, man. Huh. Ah, damn.
Arcanoloth says, haha tribbles.
Ah, damn, I can't get my feet in the way. Tribble soccer. Huh. The Tribble Championship soccer match is going on today. There are 3 Tribbles on the field. As the players enter the field, they are quest with trying to make sure they keep up with which Tribble they're going to be using at the time, Bob. You're right, Rowdy. We got problems here left in field and everywhere. I mean, these people, they come here looking for how to get these tribbles and shoot them into the goals without having to hit the other tribbles. It's really amazing to watch. There I go again, back in my own little mind. Ooh, we got a goal. I love it. Holiday decorations. Oh, you said we can go. I can go to the Fleet Starbase if aren't already run missions.
Arcanoloth says, nice.
Talk to Officer at the Watch. What are the accommodations? Does this do anything? I mean, do you get any kind of reward from these accommodation things or something? Boom, 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 boom. Duty officer management not available. You bastard! You son of a bitch!
Arcanoloth says, so each one converts 10k extra CXP into fleet marks. No reason not to do them if you are already here.
Those things? How many times can you do these? Ooh.
Arcanoloth says, you can run one of each at a time.
Rewards is 15 expertise. Requires diplomacy XP. If you use diplomacy XP, does that mean your diplomacy goes down?
Arcanoloth says, have to be overcapped at 110k. If you don't have the XP, it'll gray out.
So does it use the experience? That's interesting.
Arcanoloth says, it converts 10k to fleet marks yet. Arcanoloth says, no purpose to it beyond 100k.
Huh. But since it says like it requires that and it rewards you in just 15 expertise, that doesn't seem like a whole lot of expertise to like dish out that amount of diplomacy. That's kind of crazy. It's kind of weird too.
Arcanoloth says, just something they added.
I never knew it existed.
Arcanoloth says, it rewards fleet marks.
Fleet marks. That's interesting. So if you say you have this here and I have like diplomatic here, it would like have 111,000. If I did that, then I would only have like what, 101,000. And if that dropped me below, well, it wouldn't drop you below, would it? It would drop me below the 110, so then I couldn't do it until I made it go up again. So this can actually go down.
Arcanoloth says, ITLL deduct 10k yet, you cannot drop below 100k.
Oh. I never knew that was a thing.
Arcanoloth says, if you don't have 110k, the option is unavailable.
So right here it says espionage report is 0. Like I can't use it, and my espionage is so it's at like 108. So if I got to 110, it would open up. Yeah, okay. Huh. Okay. Well, let me
Arcanoloth says, has to be at 110k.
Wow, that is interesting. I've never noticed that. I've kind of been so proud that it's been up that high, though. But hey, whatever. Nice.
Arcanoloth says, so you can run one of each until they are all drawn down and then enjoy your marks.
Engineering. This is insane. Wow. Oh, only one at a time. Guess this makes some sense, because before, whenever I would
says 75 marks, 100 if you crit.
Wow. Because I remember I was doing, I swear, these at one of the star bases or somewhere else, maybe Earth Space Dock or something. It would say this, and I'd begin the task and not even know what's going on, because I wouldn't even look at this thing, because I would think that it required some energy credits, because I'd see the number and I'm like, oh yeah, we'll do that, whatever, and then nothing, and I'm like, what the hell, this is not doing anything. But I have no idea. That's why a lot of my 150s have gone down then, because I had like 150 for a bunch of these. And yeah, okay. Except Colonial. I kind of gave up whenever I got that far. Neat. How long does it take? Hours? Okay, so yeah, it's a lot of hours. That's pretty sweet. Some of them things you just never know about. See? You're teaching me things.
Arcanoloth says, DOF UI is abandoned content, so I have to read the wiki and consult socials for some answers yet.
You should make your own wiki. That would be cool. Like stuff that they don't like have, like Star Trek Online abandoned things that are still in the game that no one ever thinks about. Submit request from personnel.
Arcanoloth says, if every 10th person who complained the wiki is incomplete would update it, problem would be solved.
I'd like to have just a list, like I've mentioned before. of the weapons and stuff that you know, that aren't, that not, no power to them, you know, like none of the triple damage or
Arcanoloth
anything.
says, so if you find yourself with an excess of credits, can turn them into DOFs at the officer to put back in.
Right. That's awesome. Right. Watch him roll. Watch him roll. Ah! Oh, he didn't go very far.
Arcanoloth says, Wiki has a decent list of weapons with visuals.
Yeah, but it's usually like, it'll be empty. Well, it'll be empty. There'll be like nothing there, you know, like it won't tell you all the information about like the damage it puts out because of all the variables and stuff. And that's all it would want is like, you know, without having the endeavors, without having, you know, the special damage multipliers and stuff, you know, if you could just, what it would be default without those amplifiers, like calculated, and then adding it all together.
Arcanoloth says, base DMG is determined by mark level.
Yeah, is there like a default that it always is, but a listed default? Winter 2018. Yeah! Yeah! Shh. Shadow level sucks ass.
Arcanoloth says, asking what's the final DMG after all mods requires parsing to get the correct answer. Nobody knows 100% of how the STO DMG calc works, not even the devs.
It's like they've opened up a monster thing and it just does its own thing.
Arcanoloth says, so you are asking a non-trivial question yet.
You gotta like the little physics they do have in the game. You know, like the little tribbles falling down there, or those Voth base. What the hell is this thing doing? The Voth turrets. Like whenever you destroy them, they start spinning like a top. You know, and you can kick them around and stuff. That's pretty awesome. It's awesome.
Arcanoloth says, and certain questions, they have confirmed to us that a mechanic is working as intended, but they are not allowed to explain how it works in detail because them's the rules at PWE.
It's like they got a quantum computer that's actually running everything, and they're having to like heed by its words and whatever it's got to say. It's like, you do this now. Yes sir, yes sir, yes sir, you know. So at the heart of it all, it's actually a computer. An evil computer from Skynet. We've got to fight the computers.
Arcanoloth says,
Huh.
I feel very strongly this sort of business should be illegal, but then PWE would cry racial discrimination because apparently screwing your neighbor out of cash is the Chinese national tradition. Arcanoloth says, anyway.
Right. This communist game is brought to you by the letter C. Excuse me. Excuse me, did you say something? Did you say something? I'm retarded.
Arcanoloth says, look hard enough, anything you like is made by an organization that is less than perfect.
Ooh, something's done. Duty officers. Oh, that's that damn thing from a while ago. Son of a bitch.
Arcanoloth says, even Star Trek is no exception on the production side. Arcanoloth says, but it's nice to have dreams.
Sweet dreams are made of these. Ooh, talk to counselor. Sorry, Admiral, I'm fully booked up with all of the staff and crew of the Starbase. When the station has a large enough medical department, I'm sure I can make some time for you. Unlock additional Starbase tiers to provide appointments. Blah, 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 blah. Son of a bitch! And the hell was ring bartender? Sorry, the operations. How long have I been recording? 3 hours and 27 minutes. I think I'm gonna call it a night, dude. I can tell you, get some sleep and, you know...
Arcanoloth says, GG.
Yeah, try to get those voices out of your head that's telling you not to be happy, but it's hard. So yeah.
Arcanoloth says, way past my bedtime. Think I can sleep now.
Sweet. I hope you get some good sleep, dude. Good night, man.